welcome to Wasteland Talk. I am your co-host of the show, the Commodore.
I'm your other host, Hatter of the Waste.
We have a special guest with us tonight. Please give us your name, good sir.
Well, I'm Doc Schofield of Schofield's Drifters.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! We are drinking Bloody Marys.
Captain Stranded style.
Yeah, Captain Shannon's recipe.
Made by Commodore himself, and they're excellent.
Oh, thank you,
Yes,
thank you.
yes. We figured with another bar patron here.
Oh, yeah.
What do you call it? What do you call it? Not just a patron, but
Well, bar owner.
bar owner. I was thinking of another term, but yeah, that's bar owner.
The gist of it.
Yeah. Proprietor. That's the word I was thinking of. Bar proprietor.
There's it. I'm still fucking spamming everybody right now, so just give me a moment.
So let's do a little intro. Doc, please tell us a little bit about Schofield Drifters Bar.
The Cariosa Memoria, Corrupted Memories. So this is a bar that we created very soon after we formed the tribe, and the main creative genius behind it is our own booze witch, Sutler, and he is the one who created and provides the emotions. If you come to the bar when he is behind it, you'll see a list of 12 emotions that you can mix into any combination of what you were feeling or what you wish to feel, and he will make you that concoction that actually will be evocative of those emotions.
That sounds fucking amazing,
It
actually.
really is, and we have the full range of emotions. We have lust, we have ecstasy, anger, regret. Regret does taste like regret. It says something about the Wastelanders that regret is probably the most popular drink that we serve.
I wonder why.
Yeah, but you know what you're getting in for. The usual reaction for most people is, "Oh my God, this tastes horrible." Yes, because regret is horrible.
Yeah.
But we mix those together. All the drinks are commercially purchasable alcoholic drinks. Nothing is homemade. It's just that they're all combined in a special way.
Oh, yeah.
And Sutler is the only one who knows what the contents actually are. So if you come to us and say, "What's in ecstasy?" or "I know what's in this drink, it's blah," we don't know. Sutler is he mixes them all secretly, and they're all labeled with the emotions. We have no idea what's in them, and we don't go try to find out, because that is his purview.
That's his secret.
That is his. During the rest of the year, he scours the far reaches of the waste and goes and finds a lot of the indigenous, more aboriginal and primitive people, introduces himself and ingratiates himself, and then partakes in a lot of their rituals and meals and drinks, and that's where he gets his ingredients from, and then brings them back to the wasteland for all of us to enjoy.
Nice.
So then in addition to that, we have a full regular bar as well, including the captain's Bloody Mary recipe. He was kind enough to tell me that secret, so we get to enjoy that together.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I actually tried your adaptation of it, and it's actually pretty nice. I do enjoy it.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
So, yeah, I've had some of their emotion-inspired drinks, and yeah, I will agree. Regret tastes like regret for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some other ones. Yeah, like I did a mixture, and I put regret as one of the ingredients, and I regretted the entire mixture. Because I would say regret dominates the flavor palette so much
It is palatable.
that when you try to mix other stuff with it, you just end up regretting all of your decisions.
I'll tell you an interesting story about that. At one point, word had gotten round about how horrible the regret drink was.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Swede from the Wasteland Communication Corps fancies himself to be an expert in horrible tasting drinks, because if you're Swedish and you know about Malort and some other
Oh God.
Malort, yes!
and
Oh
some
God.
other
Oh
ingredients.
God.
So he came over and he said, "I hear you have a
AKA
horrible tasting drink."
AKA the Scott Todd drink.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I said, "Well, we have regret." And he said, I'll wager that my drink is worse tasting than yours. And being that you currently have 1 year of outstanding fines that the Swedish lawyers have levied against you, if yours is worse, then I will absolve you of the fines. So, well, this is
Okay.
A good deal here, we think.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
we need to have a neutral observer to taste the two to decide which one is really worse. And to his great misfortune, Mr. Fahrenheit happened to be walking outside of the
Oh
Smoking Pictures
no!
camp. So I held him in, flattered him a little bit because he will say flattery will always get you anywhere.
Mhm.
Right? And we did manage to persuade him to be the non-partial judge in a very important discussion and decision. He graciously agreed to it, and we put the two drinks in front of him, and he had to sample them both and decide which was worse. And he did sample them, and we had him do it several times to make absolutely sure.
Of course.
Of course.
I need another. Let me try this one again.
Yes.
Oh god.
Unfortunately for the drifters, he did agree that indeed the Swedes actually was worse tasting than our regret.
Damn.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
So I had to engage in other negotiations to absolve ourselves of the taxes. But to be quite honest, it was worth it just to have the experience of Mr. Fairbanks make a decision.
Yes.
But there's a little story about it.
Nice. I like that one. That's good.
So, we've got YouTube comments, and then we've got some Facebook comments.
Okay.
Apparently, Facebook is kind of, it might be a little wonky right now.
Like the video quality for the stream.
Some people are saying, I'm watching, let's see, on YouTube. Apparently, it's a little bit hard to hear us.
Weird. It should be okay.
How's everyone else's audio?
Yeah, audio check. Make sure if it's more than one person. If it is, we'll
Yeah.
take a look into it.
Let's see. Kelsey's here watching, saying howdy.
Howdy.
Obi Nuke saying hey hey. Mater, good evening, beautiful fuckers.
Hey, fuck
Hey,
you.
later. So,
Obi's like, oh, those drinks, no regrets. Mater's like, there's nothing better than the taste of regret and schoolberries. Let's see. Waiting on comments on that. Gemini, okay, audio's good.
Good. Thank
There
you,
we go.
Gemini.
We got
Gemini.
okay. There we go. We got
Gemini!
people on Facebook. Gemini, let's go. Doc looks so handsome.
Aw.
Love y'all so fucking much.
oh.
Aw.
Cow,
he's a sweetheart.
the cow fuckers video on Facebook is stuttering.
Yeah.
I think it got fixed. Audio's good.
Okay.
Commander Bacon, bah, fuck you fuckers.
Bah! Which I heard he's having a pretty decent recovery right now.
Yeah,
you're
well-
out of the hospital now, yes?
Yes.
And I heard he's also got a bit of a GoFundMe, so if
Yep,
you guys
for-
can contribute
for
to
food
that.
things, yeah. We hope you continue to.
Yeah, because I
get
imagine
healthy.
he's out of work for a little bit,
Yeah.
needs some help, needs some support, so you can donate a little bit.
Yeah, if you want to drop your GoFundMe on the comments section, go ahead, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at home recovering. Kip saying, great seeing y'all. Fuck y'all. Man.
Kip!
Kip, good to see you.
Yeah. I heard it's snowing up there at the Buzzards Patch.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Facebook just kind of went dark for a moment.
Uh-oh.
What?
This is what I'm seeing.
Weird.
Okay, let me double check.
Okay, volume is good. Volume is right. J-Back, hello, my friends. Hello.
Hi there.
Okay.
Might have been temporary. It shows it's streaming on here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks good on my end, at least.
Yeah, like I said, might have been temporary. Just might have been temporary loss of signal or
Made a
something.
bag of dicks.
Thanks for all the support. Facebook is good.
Thank you. With all the bullshit we go through on this show, we get kind of paranoid when someone's hey, something's not right.
Nothing worse than talking for an hour and find out nobody heard you.
Oh, God.
That has happened.
Yeah.
Yes.
That has happened.
We've done that.
I've done that too. I've done interviews with people and lost the entire interview. That's very frustrating. So, sit at these.
Yeah. Running a recording studio out of your living room is all quite
Yeah.
cracked up to be.
No,
It can be
it's
a little
not.
bit of
Especially- We don't have the best equipment, but we make do with what we have.
Yeah. Hatter and I need to actually sit down and figure out some things to put on the wish list for Amazon.
Oh.
Yeah, buy us some tech.
Upgrade our shit.
Buy us some tech so we can do slightly better.
Yeah. Carol
then it would
saying
just
good
be my
evening and fuck all y'all.
Fuck you.
Refreshing
All right, so-
Facebook.
Skullfood.
Yeah.
Tell me, how did you first find out about Wasteland?
Yes.
Interesting story. So my first year was with Digits in 2016.
Okay.
And we had been doing some reenacting and some other stuff, and were interested in finding other areas to play in. We actually kind of argued between the two of us as to who found Wasteland first. She claims that I did. I claim that she did.
Oh, so,
But,
okay. It's the little opposite of what I was thinking.
But in either case, we found out about it, decided, all right, let's go ahead and give this a shot and try and do this. Did a little bit of research, put together our first year costumes, which, to be quite honest, look remarkably like our current costumes.
Oh, yeah?
We refined things, but the duster, the hat, everything else pretty much came from the first year.
Fuck yeah.
Put together the sidecar and went down and guested with Tribe Never Was.
I remember that one.
And we set up our tent in a little area. They were very gracious and hosted us. And on the way down, we said to each other, and we both agreed, we're going to go down, we're going to go to Wasteland, and the last thing we want to do is establish a tribe. We're going to go down and have fun, and we are not going to establish a tribe.
About that.
And we went down, had a wonderful time, and on the way back, both of us looked at each other and said, so what are we going to do for our tribe?
Oh.
And that's how things got started. And so,
Yeah.
so this is a joint venture with Digits and myself. We co-run Schofield Drifters.
Fuck yeah.
I get the name because I'm older, but it's definitely an equal partnership, and that's how we got started. We heard about it, decided this was a cool thing to do.
Fuck yeah.
Went out and got the motorcycle and said, all right, well, we have a motorcycle, we have half of a camp, so let's go ahead and make this real. And then went back, told all of our friends how wonderful it was, and they said, great, we're coming with you next year. And we said, all right, I guess we better apply.
Right.
We got lucky.
Really?
Yeah.
So 2016 was our first year. In 2017, Adam and Jared decided to establish the slums.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
they wanted to populate the slums with new tribes that looked really impressive, they thought. So we put together as good of an application as we could. And our first year as a tribe at Wasteland, we were in the city.
Nice.
Which is kind of unheard of, but it wasn't necessarily that we were spectacular. It was that the timing was right, and we got in when they were looking for people to fill that area.
Which I just got a notification say that Cow Mama is watching. Hi, Cow Mama.
Hi,
We
Cow
miss
Mama.
you, and hope you're enjoying the show.
Yes. yes.
She's a fucking sweetheart. Like,
Oh yeah, she is.
she's usually there for a lot of people, like all the time. Like when people need help and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she got my girlfriend into.
Yeah, she helped out your girl.
winter.
Yeah, like she's such
Had a
a
fun time with her.
had nothing but the mad respect for that beautiful fucking woman.
Because when they met in 21 at Nuclear Spring, like they became like instant besties.
Mm. So sorry for interrupting.
No, that's basically how we got started. So
Nice.
That's
So
the answer to that.
how was the first night of that for you as the first night of being a tribe? Like you said you're establishing a bar. Like how did like the flow of people?
So the first year did we have the bar the first year? I don't know that we had much of a bar the first year, to be honest.
Okay.
I'll go back and look.
Oh, there you are.
Look at that. There we are. Because I think that we started the bar. We had the command. I don't think we had the bar fully established until the second year.
So 17 or 18?
I think that would have been 18 that we had the bar fully.
Okay.
Yeah, Digits is probably watching and shaking his head saying, no, you got it all wrong.
No. It was this. I was there.
Well, she's the organizational focus behind it. If you want to have a well-run organization, go find yourself someone who does program management for a living. I did it for a living. She's 10 times better than I am at it.
Goddamn.
So she definitely has the organization.
Well then.
So we started off just doing a bunch of different activities. We decided we wanted to become not necessarily the best, but the most notorious bounty hunters at Wasteland.
There you go. All right.
And so we really concentrated on that. We had everybody going out and getting going to the Rust Devils to apply for bounty hunting. And what we did different is we put all of our bounties on a board, and we all worked to find each other's bounties. We had a tower set up. We had telescopes set up. We had radios.
Oh, so you had a system.
Oh, we totally believe that. And we don't care if we win. We just want to be the most notorious. And so we spent the first year doing that. And as a result, a lot of us got into the Ghoul Crest. A lot of us got our ties because
that'll definitely fucking do it.
yeah. And so that was really fun for the first year. The second year we had the bar, and that just started going gangbusters. And then when Sutler joined in and brought the emotions on, that really steered the floors. And we're at the point now where we run the bar from, it's open whenever we feel like it, but usually we'll run it from 4 in the afternoon usually we'll run it from 4 in the afternoon to about 4 or 5 in the morning.
Oh, wow.
And we try to be the last one open as much as we possibly can. And usually we are. So, towards the end of the event, some of us start crashing a little bit, but for most of the event, we try to be the last bar open, so that it's a place for security to come when they get off of work, and
that's always good. Yeah.
Like that. So, yeah. And we love it. So providing free booze to people is a great way to make friends.
Oh, right.
And you were saying earlier that you had a guest bartender one night. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah.
So we were doing Uncle Zeke's Nuclear Winter, which is a fantastic event. Uncle Zeke's are great people.
Oh, yeah.
Really happy to be doing that event. So we did it the first year, and we did it again this year. And we're running our bar as normal. It's a little bit of a smaller bar than what we do at Wasteland. We don't do the emotions here. We're doing our bar. And I hear that somebody wants to borrow your bar. Well, come on, it's my bar.
Mm-hmm.
Who? Jared Butler wants to borrow your bar. And for those of you who don't know, or don't recognize the name, or maybe the one I've heard that name before, Jared Butler is one of the owners and organizers of Wasteland.
Around here we call him Clean Ice.
Yes.
He hates it.
Legit.
So anyway, he had this pre-prohibition cocktail that he had found and put the recipe together, and was interested in preparing it and serving it to people at Uncle Z at the Nuclear Winter, and he needed a place to do it. So I said, sure, come on in. And so for about an hour and a half, Jared Butler and Mary Ann Butler, sat behind our bar and served a drink. They had one specific drink they were making, and they served it until they exhausted all the supplies. And let me tell you, those two had such a blast. We had a great crowd coming in there, and they were just having so much fun making drinks and not having to worry about the running of an event. They were bartenders, and they had such a blast, and it was fun and a privilege to sit back there in Tempora.
Oh yeah, I had the pleasure to run into Jared at your bar, and I went up to him like, hey, Commodore here, Wasteland Talk. I just want to say I really appreciate your voice acting of Jack Sparrow in Kingdom Hearts. No, he liked it like that. He liked it because that's what he does. He voice acted. He's a voice actor.
Yeah, he's a voice actor. Yeah, right. Yeah.
So yeah, if you own a copy of Kingdom Hearts 3, he is the Jack Sparrow in that game. So there's your Wasteland trivia of the night.
Right. Well, that was a big difference for the event. Yeah,
so what was the name of his drink? Do you remember?
I don't remember. It had egg white. It had Rittenhouse rye. It had a cinnamon. Ooh. Simple syrup mix and lemon juice.
Okay.
And something else, and I do not remember. I am sorry that I do not remember the name of it, but it was damn good.
Sounds like good ingredients.
Oh yeah, because I remember Cap Stranded did an episode of nothing but of those type of style drinks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did a bunch of Prohibition era drinks. Yeah,
they're really weird, and a lot of them are really tasty.
Oh yeah. Actually, I remember I got to try a few when I would go see him and whatnot, because he sometimes just makes it for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like some of that classic stuff. I mean, Captain Stranded is one of those type of... He's got a large knowledge of different drinks.
He really is. He's an encyclopedia.
He's a wizard. He's a wizard.
He's an encyclopedia. Yeah.
And so, yeah, and seeing, Jared come in and just enjoy being kind of there, just kind of behind the bar, must have been really cool.
It was neat. He seemed like he was having a really good time. So I was glad to see that.
I remember there was a time where I actually took over your bar for a moment
Yeah, I remember
at
when you did
the
that.
Buzzers patch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to make a captain's lime,
Yeah, I remember that.
and your kid guy who made me the drink was a nice drink. It wasn't the captain's lime, but it was a nice drink. But I was really
You
craving.
really wanted the lime, so you came back and made it.
Yeah, so I was like,
Can I
why
go
don't I
back
just get behind that bar real quick? And they were nice enough to let me go behind there, do my thing. And everyone's like, what you making? I'm like, captain's lime. And I'm like, ooh, that sounds good. Let me have one.
And multiple cuts
So I
popped
just
up.
said, what?
Yeah.
Okay, where'd this go? Where's this?
So not what I was planning, because I was just trying to make my own damn drink.
That's the way it goes.
We are
I had fun regardless.
Yeah, that's good. That's the important thing. We are not too proud to have other people come in and want to make drinks for us. So.
Yeah.
And you were behind the bar at Nuke Yule for a bit, weren't you?
Yes. So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
This year and last year. We run the Drifters bars at a lot of the NorCal events, and Nuke Yule last year. One year, Digits and I actually tended bar for the entire event. Last year, they did it at a place that had their own bartenders. We came in and relieved them for break. And this year, it was at the Masonic Temple, or the Masonic Rites Lodge.
Yeah.
Freemasons Lodge.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they had their bartenders. And again, when they went on lunch break, Digits and I tended bar for about an hour and a half.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, we like doing that. It's a lot of fun. Again,
Right.
it's just a great way to meet people and make friends.
Exactly. That's why I like enjoying being behind the bar serving drinks at Goldcrest with Captain, so Captain's not just by himself.
Exactly.
And then when we took over Radstack back in 21, and like he's making his Bloody Marys and I'm making my Nutbusters or my fucking whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and it's always fun.
Yeah,
It's fun to serve. It's fun making drinks for people.
It is. You know, and people appreciate it.
Yeah. Not only that, you get to, it's a way to learn about what kind of person they are, because like what kind of drink they drink.
Yeah.
Like, are they a beer person, or do they like vodka or gin? Are they straight up whiskey or rum?
Yeah.
And whatnot. So we got a couple comments. Commander Bacon's like saying, yeah, if I say the Go Heads, they also, their bar usually opens up that late.
Yep.
And then he likes the bar at Neo. He was there multiple times.
Oh yeah, we'll be doing that. So that's Atlanta Enterprises. Digits and I will be running that one this year as well. Yeah.
Nice. And then we got Rasputin here. Looking forward to seeing everyone soon. So we got that. And then, yeah. Anything on YouTube, babe?
Last one was Mayor. Tonight's quality check has been brought to you by the number 5 and the letters F and U.
I like that. So, yeah. So, what's a good thing that you usually remember at your at Wasteland, like recently?
So you had asked before we got started. We were talking about what to talk about. And one of the things, what's your favorite memory? And I was really struggling to come up with.
It's
that.
really hard. Like
It
even
really
for me.
is hard.
Even for me.
So I like the way you rephrased it. One of the things that I really like best about Wasteland, I've always liked. I like the role playing. That's mainly why Digits and I do this. And, you know, yeah, we spend a lot of time behind the bar and do all that stuff, and that's fun. But we like the lore and the role playing. One of the best ways for us to experience that over the years has been with the Wasteland Civil Defense missions.
Nice. Okay.
Those are just very, very fond memories. They take a long time to do because they're so immersive, but those are some of the best experiences. One of the other ones that we did a couple of years ago was we did the arrest and capture of General City Buster and escorted him from the Rabbit Asylum to the Last Chance Saloon. And the thing that was cool about that is there were probably 9 or 10 different tribes that were involved in that. And we were all trying to escort him to the Last Chance, to the
saloon.
To the saloon, Forlorn Hope, to the Forlorn Hope. And without having the Army of LA try to bust him free and everything like that. It was all these people working together to get this done. It was just a lot of fun. So pretty much my fondest memories are whenever we're doing some lore activity that just involves a lot of different people.
Yeah, I don't get a lot into that as much as I like to. I recently got to do that at the last Wasteland when we rescued Uncle Foster.
Yeah, when he was captured. Yeah.
Yeah, like it was private asylum did not stand a chance. So many people.
Yeah, all those people. Yeah.
Like there's armies of tribes just like, no, we want our porn. Give us our porn.
We
Give us back our smut.
in 2021, Captain Finn of the Petro Pirates decided that it was too hot, so he kidnapped the WCC weatherman and demanded he change the weather.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And so we got wrangled into that to go with him to kidnap the weatherman. And actually, that's why Sweden had us pay the fine, was because we kidnapped the weatherman and we had to pay restitution for participating in that. That's what that was. So that was just another fun and completely goofy gig that came up for the moment. Captain Finn is really great at organizing those things and running those. So yeah, that was a very fun memory from earlier recent years.
Oh, that sounds so amazing.
It was
They kidnapped the weatherman just to make him change the weather.
It's too hot.
Sounds-
make it cool. It's
It sounds legit to me.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a wizard. He controls the weather.
Yeah.
Get that wizard to control the weather and make it better.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the highlights.
And you mentioned earlier that you and a good chunk of your tribe mates are Ghoulcrest members.
Mhm.
So explain to me, how do you end up learning about Ghoulcrest, and how was your experience inside the club?
And the second part first, absolutely wonderful and just fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
When Digis and I first decided to go, actually, the first time we decided to go, she started the research, and by 2017, she had it all done. When we decided we were going to go to Wasteland, she went crazy, and she started researching lore, and she stalked every major principal player and principal group that she could get a hold of in Wasteland. And she had dossiers on everybody.
Oh, wow.
Right? So that we knew who was which, who was doing where. We knew who were the allies of the NCR, who were the allies of the Texans. We understood the relationship between Dukes of the Nukes and the Skullduggers. I mean, she had everything all down. And so, of course, in all of her research, she learned about Ghoulcrest. And we decided we were going to go do this this bounty hunting thing. First thing we did when we got there is we went to the Rust Devils. We got our bounty, and we had the motorcycle. So we're driving around, and she said we need to go talk to this group of people because they're motorcyclists. And we went to the Machine Army, the Machine Army are the motorcycle cannibals.
Yes.
Fine people. We sit down there, and they sit down. They offer us beer. And they ask who their names were, and I say I'm Doc Schofield, and this big guy pulls out a gun and says, "Doc Schofield, I've got your bounty."
Well,
that didn't take very long.
Usually does it.
And so it's like, all right, fine. We do Rochambeau. He wins. Like, all right, fine. Get my finger. Great. Fine. I'll go back and get another one. That was short. Maybe Ditches will have better luck. Later on in the day, he comes to me and says, "I don't want your finger. I want you to help me get the guy who has my bounty."
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. That's actually
curious.
new. I never heard anyone do that. That's creative. I like this. Okay, go on. This is cool.
Like, all right, we're not quite sure what's going on here, but well, all right, we're going to do this. But if we're going to do this, I've got to go get armed, right? Right. So I go into our tent to get my weapons, and I tell Digits, this asshole wants to kidnap me to go help him with his bounty. All right. I turn my radio on. She takes all of her noise-making stuff off.
Oh.
And we go out, and she starts trailing us. And just to keep him off balance, as we're walking, every so often, I slow down and I get behind him. So he's incredibly nervous about what the heck is going on.
Mm-hmm.
And we go to this camp, and all right, we're going to go in there, and you're going to go confront the guy who has my bounty. I don't know what your plan is, but I don't care because I've got my own plan. So we go.
So wait, he already knew who it was or something?
He knew who it was.
Okay.
Now, I'm not sure what he expected me to do. Okay, but he wanted me to go in and take this guy out, whatever that means.
Yeah.
So we go walking into his camp, and he makes an announcement. Everybody turns to focus on us. As soon as he does, something happens which is technically against the rules, but we didn't hurt anybody, and so okay, we promise not to. We swear we'll never do it again.
Yeah.
Digis comes out of the shadow, takes her machete messer, which is it's aluminum, it's incredibly dull. There's no edge, there's no danger whatsoever.
Yeah.
and she gets behind him and sticks it across his throat.
Oh.
Right in their camp. The camp people are freaking out.
Okay.
This guy starts panicking.
Okay.
I pull my shotgun, stick it under his chin, and say, "You go ahead and pull the trigger on your little squirt gun machine gun. I may survive a couple of bullets going into me. You are not going to survive 2 12 gauges going into your head." We tell people in the camp, "Don't worry, everything's fine." We take him out, and basically, I tell him, "Okay, we're going to leave. You made a mistake. You're going to stay here until we disappear. And if I ever see you again, I'm going to kill you." And we turn around and leave.
Nice.
Damn.
A little bit later,
Yeah.
Digits sees her bounty on a car. We chase them in
there you
in the motorcycle.
Yeah.
All right. She jumps out of the motorcycle. I turn around, put the Vickers machine gun at the front of the car. She goes around back and confronts her bounty.
Damn.
We go to Ghoulcrest. We tell our story.
Oh, that's
Now,
so good.
I did not technically get a bounty, but I told such a good bounty-related story
Yes, you did.
that the captain gave me a
Yep.
tie.
That
and,
will count.
And
Yeah.
and Digits got her tie. And so that's how we got our ties.
Yeah, like my story for my tie, it wasn't me hunting down someone else. Mine was basically got kicked out of jail 3 times because people were bounty hunting me, and I just annoyed my jailer so much. To like, get out.
So we got Gemini commenting, "Digits holding you at knife point on the throat. That's an honor and a privilege."
Yeah, Rasputin is also
I've never,
watching.
and the funny thing is, I've never seen that guy since. I don't.
You guys he was true to his word then.
Yeah. Also, Gak Bunny is watching.
Yay, Gak Bunny.
Hey, Gag Bunny.
My understanding is that he had done Wasteland for a few years. He had a pretty nice outfit, so I assume he
Okay.
still does Wasteland, but I've never seen.
I think he avoids you guys now. You're like, oh shit, there's the Skullfield, there's Skullfield.
We're gonna hide.
All right, so you guys got your ties at Ghoulcrest. So, like, how did you enjoy the experience of Ghoulcrest when you your first time in there and enjoying the benefits?
First impressions walking in.
Yes.
Top notch. I mean, the whole idea behind Ghoulcrest is that this is a hunting club.
Yes.
And it felt like it. It felt like this was an exclusive elite club to be a member of. Very excited to be in there. Everybody was just so warm and wonderful. The amount of people that go through there and the ability of the captain and you and other people who work there to give everybody the individual attention is just remarkable. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. It's a really good experience. Highly recommend it.
Oh yeah, like we had a lot of like fucking members, like 17. It almost
exploded. Yeah.
Yeah, it almost broke us because we got like hundreds of members, and we're like,
Yeah.
shit, this might have been a bad idea.
Well, yeah, and my understanding that is that's why he took a year off and kind of revamped things, and the whole idea now where it isn't getting a bounty that gets you in, it's being recommended by doing some service to the Wasteland community. That's a good alternative because that promotes some goodwill, and it also does help to limit the growth so it doesn't become so much that it overwhelms the club.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
good.
'cause
That's a good idea.
we have still a very small staff. We've
Yeah.
still, the bar is the size that it is. It's
Yeah.
bigger now, which is nice, but it's not getting any bigger than that, basically.
And that's just the thing when people complain about like I can't get in because you guys are members only get to because there's reasons behind
You can
why
only
we
fit so many people there.
Yeah.
fit so many people, and it's supposed to help you get involved with the community.
Yeah, you're supposed to go out and do the lore. That's part of the bar. Is part of the lore.
Yeah.
It is a lore-inspired bar. It's not just a bar you can just walk into and get a couple drinks.
And if you're being that upset about not getting in and going in, well, there's other bars in the Wasteland you can easily just walk in and
There's a
they'll
lot of them.
like even the last Wasteland, the fucking dead men camped literally next to us, and
Yeah.
they were advertising, "We'll take the people that Ghoulcrest won't turns
away."
away. We'll serve you drinks. Come over here."
Yeah.
Well, and again, you can find somebody who's a member and go in as a guest.
Yeah,
And
there are loopholes.
Yeah, there are ways to get in.
We got
Yeah,
Tenform
definitely.
just watching.
There are ways to experience it if you're not a member. Just make friends with a member
Yeah.
and get you in.
You know, and that brings up a really good point. The whole idea of make friends with a member. If you really want to enjoy Wasteland, the best way to do that is to make friends. Is just to go out, put yourself out there, meet new people.
Yep.
You know, as somebody who's new coming to Wasteland, you have no choice but to meet people because otherwise you just wander around by yourself. But for people who've been established for 5, 6, 10 years, they tend to cocoon and just stay with the people that they know and that they've met. If you turn that around, and even if you've been doing Wasteland for since the beginning, if you make an effort to go out and keep meeting new people, you're gonna have all these new experiences, and that's what's gonna make it enjoyable.
Yeah.
So just go out there and keep meeting people.
I recommend all the time people to, like if there's a certain spot in the city you've never been to, go there.
Yeah.
If there's a certain bar you've never been into, get in there. Like one of my main things this last year was I really wanted to get into the Faces Merchants bar. Because I had been
the curiosity. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I had been lucky enough to be invited in there a few times, but I had never actually earned my membership.
Yeah.
And when I said lucky enough to be invited, it's because I'm connected to the right people. but earning my membership was something I actually really wanted to do for that bar. And so this last year was the first time I had actually gone through their quest, their trade route quest, and I completed it all as quickly as I could because I kind of got started on it last minute on Saturday night or Saturday evening, and I needed to get it done so I could get in there Saturday night because it was the last night to go in.
Right. And they have such a really unique way of like hiding their hidden bar.
Oh
like,
yeah.
It's like really Haunted Mansion, Secret Agent style, where it's like under like you pull that bookcase thing and it just slides and opens a secret door passage. Like Scooby Doo. That's another one.
Yeah.
Scooby Doo.
Yeah. They have a very nice setup, and again, it's the nice thing is that it's exclusive. You have to do something to get in,
Yep.
but what you're having to do really isn't that hard. I mean, do you find it that hard?
No,
It's
not
that
really.
hard.
Like
and it's what you're doing is it's encouraging you to go meet people.
I did this great thing where I traded up
Yes.
and I traded across, and so I didn't have much with me to barter. So what I did is I started with bartering with a group that I knew.
Yeah.
And I knew that all I had was my giveaways, my coins and my poker chips.
Yeah.
But I knew that my friends would gladly take those in exchange for something else.
Yeah.
And so I go to them first, trade, then I take the item that they traded before and I offer it to the next person. Would you like this?
There you
And
go.
they're like, oh, I do like that. Okay, cool. And I'll take your item. And then I went to the next place and went, would you like this item? And they're like, oh, I do
Work
kind
your
of
way
like
up.
this. Yes. I traded up like that. I didn't get anything really large. What I was trading for was the opportunity to be a member of that bar.
Yeah.
That was my large prize.
Yeah.
So, in regards to like getting in the Ghoul Crest, Santos goes, for Hatter, you can bribe him. You tell him you're 18 or 19.
Hey, I'm 19.
Hey, I'm 19. I'm like, oh, you're 19? Come with me.
You gotta be old enough to drink.
Hey, everyone has standards.
It's California. You gotta be 21. You're 19. We'll meet up later. Hope my girlfriend's not
Wow. So, and you, we were mentioning like other Wasteland events. So you've been to other Wasteland events too, other than just Wasteland Weekend.
Correct.
So I remember you got Nuke Fuel.
Do you fuel?
Uh,
Do Uncle Zeke's?
We were hanging out quite periodically at Uncle Zeke's.
Yeah, and I'm based in Northern California, so I do a fair number of the NorCal events. There are camp outs at least twice a year. Usually do those.
And then of course the Buzzers Patch.
The Buzzer Patch,
Mhm.
yeah.
That's always a good one. I got to experience that one for the first time last summer.
Yeah, they're going to
Oh,
be
God.
they'll be doing 2 events this summer, so keep your eyes out for those. That'll be good. The one thing I haven't been able to do, I've been invited several times, and I just haven't been able to work out the logistics, is getting over to Uranium Springs today.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard a lot of good things about it. A lot of people
Right.
are very excited about it, but for me, it's just when it occurs is too close to some other events that I do, and because it's on the eastern side of Arizona, I just haven't been able to make that work yet. But
Oh, that's like the
you know,
complete
one day.
opposite. That's pretty far.
It is far.
It's right. It's right next.
Because I think Arizona. I'm like, okay, it's just right on the borderline of
No, but it's on the
California.
other
No, it's on the other side of
side of it.
bullshit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I will do it at some point, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uranium Springs is definitely a bucket list of ours to do because like we hear nothing but good things. It's another one of the big wasteland, and of course there's also the other ones in the east coast of the country, like the Green Place and Atomic Falls, Aftermath.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the other big ones I wouldn't mind checking out. I'm willing to make a trek to the other countryside.
Yeah, Pocket East.
Pocket East, that's one.
East.
Yeah. So yeah, so like there's just so many wasteland events, especially like all around the place. So if you're not in the West Coast, you have some on the other coast too. Vice versa for other certain countries, because I know the UK has one.
UK has one. Germany has a couple. Eastern Europe has a ton. And Australia obviously.
Switzerland has one.
Yeah, there's one in Poland called like Old Town or something like that.
Old Town is fantastic.
I've never been, but I've met people who have been. They've enjoyed it.
And I would not. I would sound reasonable if Canada had one too.
I don't think they do.
We usually get a lot of Canadians.
We get a lot of Canadians coming down here, but I don't know if they have an event. But I don't quote me on that.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it's fine. I have nothing to confirm if there is one, but it would not surprise me if there was one, or at least a little meetup for Canadian Wastelanders to go meet up and do their Canadianness.
Yeah. We called you out, you freaking Maple Leaves. Get us a Canada-based northern wasteland, like far north, like true north.
Yeah, there are a fair number of wasteland groups in Oregon and Washington. And
Oh
Canada,
yeah.
But is there an actual wasteland type? Gotta be careful about trademarks. But a post-apocalyptic event based in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking that up right now.
Like if anything, like we want somewhere like really north of Washington to where Canadians can reach to.
Yeah.
And let's see, we got some comments. We got one from Carol. Sometimes socializing isn't that easy.
Yeah.
I've been going since 2017, and I have attended alone each year, but I wouldn't miss it for anything.
Yeah. You can enjoy it that way, but yeah. Come by Schofield's Drifter's Bar. We'll make it low key. It shouldn't be too stressful.
Yeah, you can go solo,
Give us some good
absolutely. You can always make friends with whoever's camping right next to you.
Yep.
Or you can hopefully invite some of your local friends, and eventually they'll want to show up. Or you can, just kind of tribe hop. Just be like, I'm camping with this tribe this year.
Yep.
Or just see people who are doing things that you think are cool and share common interests.
Yeah.
Right? That's the thing, is that you're not marrying somebody at Wasteland. Some people do, but you're not marrying somebody. All you're doing is just finding somebody with a like interest and hanging out with them.
Yeah. See, and even Gelly over here is like saying, he would like to check out other events that are not local to this area someday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's so much variety of the events and whatnot. You can always check out, you have options.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right. Any more comments on YouTube?
No.
Okay. Oh, I've got a comment from Katie.
Oh, hi, Katie.
Katie, hi, beautiful.
Hope you survived in the cold.
Right.
Yeah.
Old Town is definitely a bucket list event for Kip and me.
Thank you.
Nice. Okay.
Hiya!
Nice. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, like I said, it used to be Winter Games.
And
There used to be Winter Games, yeah.
They used to do Winter Games. I don't know the reason why. I think Winter Games suffered from COVID.
Yeah.
But the other problem with both the Winter Games and the Wastelanders Ball is that it's so expensive to run and to attend. I remember people talking about the Wastelanders Ball, just the fact that at that time of year, trying to get a hotel room in Los Angeles.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like we went 1 year.
You went 1 year. I didn't. I never been.
Yeah, I went 1 year. We actually managed. Well, I didn't set any of it up. Moth Eater and several others, Captain and Major Major didn't come along. It was Captain and Corporal, and then I think Sticks and Fable and just a whole group of us, about 8 of us, rented a little loft area, and it was in an old hotel that still runs as a hotel, but what we were in was what at one point would have been like live-in service staff quarters.
Okay.
We're talking from like decades ago, but it had been refurbished. So the bunk beds were built like into the wall, and it had a little sitting area, and basically it had a setup to where it was one room that slept 8 people in individual beds.
Okay.
Damn.
And so it was a really cool little setup.
And something like that's probably affordable, but it's like
Yeah.
Way. Yeah.
When we all chipped in, because I got invited like last minute. Somebody, I was already planning on attending while I lived in SoCal at the time, so I was just going to drive home. But then when they were like, hey, we got one bed open, and they were like, here's the price, and I was like, oh, yeah, it was like under $100 per person.
That's not bad.
And I was like, yeah, that's cheap, especially considering the fact that I know I'm going to be drinking and driving home. Yeah, probably not the best idea. You know, screw it, I'll just crash with you guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, it ended up being a pretty cool. That place was pretty cool to stay, but yeah, everything is so expensive in LA for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And we were close enough to where we parked our vehicles at the hotel and then walked to the venue.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people had a hard time finding good parking for the venue too.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the you're talking about the Ghoul Crest, and that is definitely my favorite bar. Except for my own. I have to
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah.
But one of the other ones that is definitely worth checking out if you haven't gone to Wasteland many times is the Wasted Saints. And the bar's a neat place, the vibe's a neat place, but one of the main attractions of that is that they put on some of the best entertainment. They have people come in and do burlesque and almost a cabaret type show. They do magic shows there, dancing.
They're like 90s hip hop hour was pretty rad. I loved that.
It's really an entertaining venue. I like the vibe. I like the look of the place, and like I say, the for entertainment value, that's one of the best. And likewise, oh dear, Antivirus and McAuthle's place.
Rec Room.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Rec Room. Yes.
Brain fart. I saw Rocket going by on a truck earlier, and she reminded me of that. Yeah, the Rec Room is also just another place where you're just going to get unending high quality entertainment.
Oh yeah,
definitely. It's just fantastic. You can hang out there for 4, 5, 6 hours and just be entertained.
When they do like their variety hour, or they do their
the puppet shows,
their fuck it, fake it karaoke.
Yeah.
I like their fuck it, fake it
and then
karaoke.
in 21 we did Wasteland Talk over there.
Yeah.
So they're pretty good. One of my other personal favorites will be the Go Heads bar.
Oh, I love the Go Heads.
Last punk bar of the Wasteland.
Yes. It's definitely one of my favorite places. We've done our show there.
Oh yeah,
Go Heads are really great people.
They're awesome.
Get some of that goat piss. Get some of that goat piss drink. That goat blood.
Porto shot.
There really is no shortage of good drinks. And if you're interested in that, I feel like I should be getting sponsorship payments for this. If you haven't done that and you want to find out where to go to Uncle Zeke's. I think on either Thursday or Friday night, because they do a pub crawl. And it's primarily geared for first-year Wastelanders, but they will escort you to about 10 bars throughout Wasteland. And you can sample and see which ones you like, and you get to go with everybody, and that's a really clever, easy way to go find a bunch of bars.
Oh, yeah.
And meet a bunch of people.
Yeah, I know that, another one of my favorite bars, of course, we mentioned a little earlier, was, of course, Gilly's.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gilly's always working on adding more projects. I got a project I'm helping Gilly with right now, which I really got to get on that and finish that up. But we're going to be introducing arcade shooters to to Gilly's. So you think of some of your classic shooter games like Area 51 or Aliens or House of the Dead. We're going to have a bunch of those games. I think I've got about 40 some odd games, something like that, on an emulator with guns. So it should be a pretty fun.
Try to game test them all.
So if you're not familiar with Gilly's it's a fucking arcade with a pinball.
With a pinball machine.
A Wasteland pinball machine.
Wasteland theme that he hand built. It's freaking nuts.
Yeah, and so he has a whole bunch of arcade games, and you can go play them all. And he's starting to add more and more weird stuff. And
Yeah, he's got 2 different projects. Well, he's got a new one this year, which we were talking a little bit about. That will be your fortune-telling machine by Teddy Ruxpin.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah, nightmare.
Some people find it disturbing. I can't wait to see it in person.
I did
It's
it.
pretty cool.
And then 2 of the projects that I helped on. There was one that is a arcade game emulator that has about 600 odd games on it, and it's got all your classics, Galaga and Dig Dug and Pac-Man, and then it's got some more. And when I say modern stuff, I mean about as modern as like the 1990s, because it's emulators, because it's meant to be retro.
Yeah.
So it's got more modern stuff on there too, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, stuff like that. And then there's another one. It's just a stagnant prop piece, but it's Saturday morning cartoons that play on an old black and white portable TV that we set up a video loop of just like 50 cartoon episodes from like the 80s and 90s of like He-Man and oh gosh, what is it? Crawl the Warrior. Scooby-Doo, Batman, like just a bunch of Garfield and Friends, Looney Tunes, just a bunch of classics that play in a loop on an old black and white TV. And then now my third project I'm collaborating with will be the shooting arcade.
Okay.
So I like doing a lot of that stuff. Like you and I were talking about this, it's a lot of fun to build this stuff and then to watch people enjoy it.
Yeah.
Sometimes the building and the troubleshooting and the maintenance is not a lot of fun, but watching people relive their childhood memories and kick their friends' butts at Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and watch them playing like Metal Slug and just so many great games on those. Go ahead.
So we got some comments. Cowfuckers are basically saying, yeah. Cowfuckers usually wind up in the go-heads often, along with Gillia's arcade. They have plenty of chairs, too.
Seating is important.
And then Katie goes, Doc, your bar is always a fantastic spot to touch base and see most of our NorCal family. Every night we went, and it has such a wonderful, laid-back atmosphere.
That's what we're trying to do, so thank you very much, Katie. That's what we're trying to make it.
And then Gilly commented, yeah, I get some interesting stories from people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were going over some of those. But yeah, I got to finish up that project and get it shipped off to Gilly so he can get it ready for, I think he wants to bring it out to Neotropolis.
Oh, so you've got a pretty tight schedule on that.
Oh, yeah. And so far, how's that been coming? Has it been going well?
Yeah. I mean, we got the dialed in, having the second gun working. You and I got to play some games.
I remember that.
Next thing I have to do is I have to do some theming on it, and then I have to basically set up some stuff that just kind of auto runs when you start up, so that it's easier to go and play. Because there's some things every time you turn on the system, you have to go and start these other programs, and I don't want Gilly or anybody else to have to worry about that. I just want that to be automated with like a script, and so I got to figure that part out. But it's a work in progress.
Nice.
I've had technical difficulties with my desktop going down and using the briefcase mostly, and the briefcase has had some issues here and there, and using my old laptop, and I've been juggling tech and trying to get it all worked out.
All right, so we have a question for you, Doc, by Cow Mama. Pretty sure we already elaborated this already, but just so a little refresher, what's your favorite memory of Wasteland Weekend?
So as I said earlier, it's really hard to nail down one favorite memory. There's just so much that goes on. And so for me, my favorite class of memory is anything that involves lore and storytelling. So I talked about the time we escorted General City Buster from the Rabbit Asylum to the Forlorn Hope, because that just involves so many different tribes, doing a lot of the Wasteland civil defense missions that are so immersive. If you know the Farlander tribe, Bridger Farlander and Adept Farlander are wonderful people and very good performers and very serious and committed to the lore. And going on some of the Wasteland civil defense missions with Bridger is just really fun, because he takes it as seriously as I think, or more so than the Drifters do. and so we really can get into it and really get excited on that. We had one case on the Wasteland Civil Defense mission where we stumbled onto a minefield, and one of my people ended up stepping on a mine, and so we had to do the whole thing of how do you get the person off the mine and not blow them up, and we did that whole thing.
Yeah.
And Warden Pico said, "Leave him. We have to go. We have to leave him." It's like, no, I'm obviously not going to leave one of my people. We managed to save my people, and then I got to get into a really big yelling match with Warden Pico from the Wasteland Civil Defense. Like, how dare you try to sacrifice one of my people for your project, and we don't leave anybody behind, and do that whole thing. And so that was really kind of fun, just because it gets really immersive. Get to yell at people and get some emotions going, and again, get to really play in the lore. It's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. So I got a comment, and then I got a question for you.
Okay.
Okay. So this comment is from Baba Yaga.
Oh yeah.
Another great way to start off your first lore experience is to visit Samoda on the Fringe and ask about helping information for the Wasteland field notes.
Yep. So Baba Yaga did that. She went to go help Gemini, and she and Sari had an absolutely wonderful time getting going and getting the information on those notes. That was a really good mission to go on.
Oh yeah. So yeah, basically. So my question goes to you about what's the weirdest drink you have ever had at Wasteland? Like it could be either good or bad, but when you drink this, like, this is not something I was expecting, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Wow. I'm really trying to think of where have I had a really weird drink. Probably the most unusual drinks were at the Curiosity, the Outpost 364, the Faceless Merchants Bar.
Okay.
Who's and Kit, who run the bar, make some really good, interesting drinks.
Okay.
And some of them I had not expected to be as tasty as they were. They were good. They make some very unusual ones. I can't recall off the top of my head which ones would be the most memorable in that regard, but definitely the ones that their house drinks are some of the most unusual that I've had at Wasteland.
Yeah, their house drinks are definitely good to go for. They definitely have some unique ones. I remember I had one that was like a milk tea.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah, for me, strangely enough, I have to say it's the Gunhead's Esparto shot.
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird. It has it's very strong, potent, but like that Tootsie Roll at the end helps so much. It's like a strange way of having a chaser.
Yeah.
It's just chew on a Tootsie Roll after taking that shot. It works.
Yeah. We serve a lot of picklebacks, and that's not weird.
Oh, I love picklebacks.
But it's just something that's not weird, but it's just something that's so enjoyable that we have to.
Baba Yaga says Sutler drink for sure.
Yep. Well, yeah. And so the emotion drinks. The nice thing about Sutler is that because he knows what's in those drinks, if you ask for a weird combination, he can usually make it tasty. Sometimes with other members of the group that get behind the bar that really don't understand what's in the drinks, if somebody asks for anger and lust, we'll just mix them together and you take your chances. Whereas because Sutler actually knows what they are, he can put them in proportions that actually will make it tasty.
Oh yeah, I remember I got a chance to try them because like I believe they were selling serving the drinks over at Buzzer's Patch.
Yes.
Because I've never seen.
Why should they do that?
Yeah, because I've never seen the sign for it, and that's where it got me curious. Curiosity. I'm like, ooh, this actually sounds interesting. I want to try something. I can't remember exactly what I got. I think it was like lust and something, and I ended up enjoying it. It was good. Like it worked.
Yeah, a lot of them do. Two to three emotions work well. You get more than that, and things just like in real life, if you're experiencing more than three emotions at once, things get kind of muddled and messy.
We'll call it hot mess.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we got Gemini commenting. Doc's Dark and Stormy is also delicious classic. and Harkin Sarsaparilla was also. Ooh, a sarsaparilla.
So Harkin is one of our younger members.
All right.
He's one of our scouts, and he made homemade sarsaparilla. He actually went and did some research and found some rootstock and made some homemade sarsaparilla. And
that's one you got to talk to Commodore.
Yeah.
It was very tasty, and people kept coming back for it more and more. At other events, people kept coming up to me and asking me for it. I didn't have it because it's Harkin's. His sarsaparilla actually was a winner.
I actually got to talk to him because, like, you know how, like, in Schoolcrest, we usually have, like, actual bottles, like Nuka-Cola?
Yeah.
I actually want to do endorse of Sunset Sarsaparilla.
Okay.
Especially since we're in the Mojave.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to find a really good sarsaparilla to use.
So I haven't confirmed it, but I believe that he will be at Wasteland this September. I'll talk with him and tell him that you're interested. And,
Because like if he's able to like bottle them up and we can have custom Sunset Sarsaparilla caps and we can do the sleeve label.
Yeah.
And bam, Sunset Sarsaparilla.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll talk. He'll get a kick out of that.
Brewed by a local wastelander.
Right.
Makes it even better.
Yeah.
So tell us a story from the bar that, like, did you get someone in there that getting to enjoy that bar really changed the experience for them?
Oh, the person really to ask is Sutler, because he's told me some stories of people that he's had in the bar at 3-4 o'clock in the morning where people are telling him stories that he said, I should not be hearing these stories. So he actually has a lot. For me, it really is just, can I see somebody who is maybe not having a good time and turn them around and have them have a good time?
That's the type of story I want to hear. Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
And those do happen, not frequently, but on a fairly regular basis. And a lot of times, where for me, it's just been a case of recognizing the person. It's just, sometimes people just want to be looked at and be seen. Mm-hmm. And I've had several times where I didn't think I was doing anything more special than just being, a respectful, responsive bartender.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they come up to me afterwards. I've had usually women, to be honest, come up to me afterwards. It's like, thank you for seeing me.
Yeah.
And that really is, that's a nice thing to see. Am I recalling the specific examples of that? Yeah, right now, I can't think of any that specifically that come to mind. I'll tell you a story that really impressed me for how it was handled.
Okay.
When we first started doing Wasteland, Texas Ranger was part of the Rust Devils.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he eventually became sheriff. And we became friends with him. He helped us out on a few things there, and he's just a very good guy. And so we would run back and forth and trade drinks with him and things like that. Mm-hmm. He came over to the bar one of the first years we had the bar set up to give us some whiskey, just share some nice whiskey cat with us, and he did that. And there was this young kid who maybe was 21, maybe was not, who was hanging out in the bar and was trying to have a conversation with us and was just incoherently drunk.
Oh shit!
And Ranger talked with him, got his name, kind of found out where he was, and come on, let's go. He escorted him back to the kid's tent, put him to bed, and then came back and we had some more drinks.
Nice.
And it's just to see somebody taking that care of somebody and not just saying, well, you screwed up, go throw up in a corner and sleep it off, and good luck in the morning.
Yeah.
No, he took the time to take that person home, make sure that person was safe, make sure that person had somebody to take care of him when he got there. Mm-hmm. And that was really something that really stuck with me, is that Wastelanders they have a responsibility to look out for each other. And again, as a bar proprietor, I have a responsibility to make sure that nobody leaves my bar falling down drunk and gets themselves hurt.
Yeah.
So, that was a really kind of an inspirational moment that happened early in my Wasteland career. Seeing somebody taking care of somebody in need and just reminding me that we do have a responsibility to watch out for everybody around us.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. That's an excellent example.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
One of the things we focus on is when newbies show up, it's their first year.
Mm.
What's a piece of advice that you would pass on to a coming up? This is gonna be their first Wasteland. They've heard about it. They watch the show or whatever, and they're like, "Hey, I want to show up. What's a piece of advice you would pass on? Maybe something you wouldn't think about."
So, kind of beating the same thing. First thing is go make friends, and keep in mind, we're not talking about marrying somebody. You're not going to make a lot. We're not talking about making a lifelong, personal bond. Go find people with common interests, share that, and enjoy. Be open to experiencing things. The other thing that it took me a while to learn, and I tried to convey to as many people. 2016 was my first year.
Okay.
I still haven't seen all of Wasteland. Don't try to see all of Wasteland in 1 year, and don't get upset that you didn't see it all in 1 year. That gives you something to look forward to for the next year.
Mm-hmm.
If you saw it all and did it all in 1 year,
You wouldn't want to go
why the
back.
heck would you come back?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you come back because you want to see your friends, but
Yeah.
no. But the real thing is that there are so many things to do in Wasteland. You can take 7-10 years and not do it all.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Enjoy that.
And the things change too. I
And
mean,
things
the mission that you loved last year might have been expanded upon this year.
Yeah.
Or have a second tier to it. Now that you've completed tier 1, you've graduated. You can go try the next tier. You can earn ranks in various groups. I mean, there's so many different ways to evolve from where you were to keep moving forward. And yeah, for a new person to dive into the lore and make friends. And they don't necessarily have to be somebody that you become lifelong friends with or someone you become romantic partners with, but they could be, and you never know. But, I do have Wastelanders who have become some of my closest friends in real life. I mean, Commodore being one of them.
Yep.
You know.
It's like hi.
Because, like, when Commodore and I met, we lived in different parts of California. What we had in common was Wasteland, and that's where we met. And from there, we found out that we had a lot more in common.
Exactly.
But yeah, if it wasn't for this event, we wouldn't know each other and we wouldn't be roommates. And so you can make some really long-lasting friendships. I mean, lots of people have gotten married there or met a partner there that they're dating, or a partner that they plan on marrying, whatever it might be.
Or just for a while you're at Wasteland.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people at Wasteland that I am casual friends with. It's like, yeah. You're a nice person. I like hanging out with you for 4 days. I may not see you for another year, but when I see you next year, hey, good to see you. And that's fine. The other thing, the last point I'll make, and I still haven't figured this one out, is remember that the event runs from Wednesday through Sunday. Pace yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. That's important.
My basic philosophy, and I communicated this to Makeshift in an interview a long time ago, is I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Yeah.
I will. I usually will stay up and active until about 5:30 in the morning. Go to sleep. Get up at about 7, and do that again. Do that again.
Yeah.
And I can usually do that through Saturday, and then Saturday I start to fade. And then Sunday the pack up and the drive home is pretty brutal. I don't recommend that for people.
No.
Do remember that you have 4 days to pace yourself.
Yes.
That's in terms of sleep, in terms of drinking, in terms of sun exposure, everything. Just pace yourself. Remember, you have 4 days.
And also the fact that when you do it Saturday, make sure you're very well preserved for Saturday, because Sunday is usually the day you need to leave.
You gotta
You need the energy to tear your whole shit down and then drive.
Yeah, and
pack up and drive home.
Yeah. And if you're by yourself, that's one thing. It's like, okay, I'm hungover. I really don't want to work very fast to pack things up. I'll deal with that.
Yeah.
If you're part of a tribe and they're counting on you to help tear down the camp, they need you functioning.
Yeah.
That's why I've noticed most people end up partying Friday night.
Yep.
Yeah, Saturday night is my party medium night because I know the next morning I got to wake up and tear down.
That's a good bit.
And we have a pretty small, loose lit camp, so we don't have like a big theme or anything, but it's just enough to tear down our own camp.
Yeah.
We love our camp, but it's a production to set up and tear down.
So we got some comments over here. Coley, going back to the sarsaparilla thing I was talking about, she's like, dude, what the fuck? I'm literally downloading the Sunset Sarsaparilla logo for caps at this moment.
See, there you go. She can help us.
I will talk to Harkin and get him working.
Collaboration. Let's get this going.
And then we got Steph from Cowfucker said he made it home.
Good.
And then we got Katie going, you're a beast, Doc. I'm always amazed at how you just keep going hard with no sleep.
Katie, you don't see me and what my wife has to deal with for the next 2 weeks after the event when I'm pretty much comatose for 2 weeks. Yeah. I pay the price. It's just because I love you.
Let me check. Okay, oh, for our first year, ask Commodore about the Spank Bank.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Mater on YouTube.
Spank Bank. You want to learn about the Spank Bank? Give me a moment. I need my beer for this. Okay, so the Spank Bank, it was never really fully planned. Basically, the idea was like, I see a lot of Wastelanders with a bunch of like customized like Wasteland baseball bats and whatnot. And me, I grew up with the fucking Ninja Turtles 90s movie, and there was always that particular scene with Casey Jones with a fucking cricket bat, and he beats the shit out of Raphael with it.
Yep.
And like I was going to that like, fuck, I want a fucking cricket bat as my weapon. I would just beat the shit out of people with a cricket bat.
Yeah.
So for years, I've been looking for a cricket bat. I tried thrift stores. I tried Wasteland barter areas. I couldn't fucking find nothing.
Because this is America, not England or India.
Yeah, true, true,
Yeah.
true. And like I try to look one online, and they're expensive online, or they don't look like the ideal look. I'm looking for that basic wooden looking one, not with a bunch of little design and logos and like the Mach 2 kind of shit. So 1 year, literally 21 Wasteland. Some Wasteland friends of mine found out I'm trying to find fucking cricket bats. They found me some, so I was able to grab a couple of them. This one, no, I actually have it right behind me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this guy.
Which we need to work on
Yeah,
fixing up
I'm
here.
eventually gonna fix the handle. I have leather. We managed to get leather for the handle part of this, so it's gonna be a nice firmer grip. This is kind of rough on the fingers.
You got
Right.
it quoted to get it wrapped, basically.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we got stuff for it.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I've been kind of using it. People see this. They see a flat piece of wood. They're thinking it's a paddle. So of course, that's kind of my little background in the fetish community. I am a paddler. I paddle people. I cane people. I use riding crops.
Red
Thank you.
crops. Yeah.
Add a tongue twist right there.
No, I'm the flogger. That's how it works.
And then I'm hanging out with Go-Heads with this, and I'm telling him about this. And Commander Bacon's like, you should call it like the Spank Bank. And I'm like, that's genius. So we were trying to figure out a way, like, just like doodle it. So he had like these little marker paints. So I just wrote Spank Bank on it. And right here, I kind of pressed a little too hard, so a lot of the ink just kind of spilt right there.
Yeah, later.
So it got the name Spank Bank. So everybody's walking around, they're saying the word Spank Bank. Like, oh, are you giving out spankings? And I'm like, consensually.
Yes.
So ever since then, I've been whipping asses all around the wasteland.
He's here to spank ass and chew bubblegum.
And I'm all out of gum. So yeah, that's basically where Spank Bank came from. I've been using it since. I used it a lot at Uncle Zeke's.
Yeah.
Holy. Good. And it helped me became affiliated with the Vamp Hour at Uncle Zeke's with Minx and Vixen, who are also fellow paddlers with their own paddles. Mine's just really unique because it's a fucking cricket bat. So when people see this big ass piece of wood, they get kind of intimidated. But I know the levels and shit. So and plus, it's a little different than swinging it than a usual paddle or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I finally found to learn a groove around it. So yeah.
Don't fuck up the
Cricket.
groove. Yeah. Let's see. Gemini is asking Doc, is there anything in particular you're excited for at the next Great Gathering?
The continuation of the war between the Rabbit Asylum and the Faceless Merchants is the.
Ooh.
Nice.
So again, talking about lore, that should we're expecting that to reach some sort of resolution or conclusion. We'll see where that goes. That's probably one of the biggest things. Hatter just walked away. I'm curious to see how the elections for mayor are going to go.
Yes.
I have not made any decisions on.
He's gonna lose.
On who I'm going to
Hi.
on who I might endorse, but I'm
right.
definitely interested.
Yeah, like a lot of people are starting to throw their hats in the pool now. So
throw their names in the ring, and so that should be interesting.
yeah, so
Yes.
You know, the interesting thing about Hatter is that Hatter is really the first, I think, serious candidate from outside of the city who is running, and so that's going to make some interesting dynamics.
yeah, we really should have in a sense, an out-of-towner be the mayor.
Yeah, there's also there's some interesting things going on with several tribes that I'm aware of, but I'm not at liberty to discuss at this point.
That's
I'm
fine.
very curious to see where how things are going to go. And Godfather from Badger from the Black Hat Syndicate is he's been very busy, so I'm really curious to see what he does.
All right, yeah, like he's been pretty cool to hang out with too. Him and his camp.
Yeah, that's where I hung out with a lot my first year. Because I had met someone who was hanging out there, and so I was hanging out with him, hanging out there. Their cage is awesome.
Yeah.
I love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I got a cat for dancing in that. And very cool people. It's like, oh, shit. That was part of the
Yeah,
weirdest
speaking of which, since we
story.
mentioned it, I'll go ahead and throw it up there.
Yeah.
Mayor!
Woot!
So,
There we go.
we've made no secret about this, but I am running for Wasteland Mayor.
Yay!
So, this will go down at the main event. I don't know all the details yet. We'll let you guys know as we get them. But there will be some kind of voting going on at Wasteland itself.
Or a
and,
drinking contest, who knows?
yeah, who knows what's going to happen to decide this. But I will be one of your candidates. I am going for mayor of Wasteland, and I want to be your candidate who represents the outskirts, the outsiders, the people who dwell outside of the main Wasteland city. Because you know what? We bring a lot to this event. There's a lot of little bars out there that every year get upgraded to the city. We are the what's a good way to put it? Like in baseball, we are the AAA team that gets filtered up to the major leagues in the tent city. So we need representation in the city because we bring so much to the city. So vote for
Goldcrest is out there.
Yeah, Goldcrest is out in the outskirts. So
Yes.
vote for Hatter if you want a representation from the outskirts. Take it over.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Keep the mayorship free of the skullduggers.
Cowfuckers go. Tent City is the best city.
Yes.
And we got Mr. Brown going, you got my vote all the way from RV Blockade.
Yes.
Okay. You got to come into the city to vote, though. Remember that.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'll get myself together one of those like I'll drive you to the vote
There
type
you
of
go.
thing. I'll
Yes.
talk to that's what I should do. I should talk to one of the people who drive a bus,
Oh,
and
God.
I should see if I can
Carpool people.
plaster it
Yeah.
with some posters.
Vote for Hatter.
Vote for Hatter. Get a
Bus
free
them in.
ride into the city to vote for Hatter.
Yes.
And of course, you can just jump on the ride. There's no way for me to really tell for sure who you vote for. But,
Yeah.
get a free ride into the city to vote for Hatter.
In reality, they're probably gonna vote for Red Claw.
I mean, if that's where I lose to, more power to him. He's a solid dude.
Oh yeah.
We have to be sober to vote.
No.
What's your definition of sober?
I don't think they're checking.
No.
I mean, as long as your your John Hancock is on the paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true.
And that doesn't mean mushroom stamping it.
Although if that is how you identify yourself, I mean the DMV might frown on it, but Wastelanders might like it.
Yeah.
So the cowfucker's like, yes, you can put posters on the bus, on the Yell Holla, but once camp is set up, it is not moving.
Wow.
That's understandable.
That's totally
That doesn't
understandable.
mean-
So no one's gonna see it.
That doesn't do you any good, though. Yeah, you need a moving vehicle.
Yeah.
Well, hey, if they ever drive in through the opening ceremony, I'll put it on there for that.
There you go.
Advertisement, but again, the whole purpose really is to get them.
Yeah, is to
people
get the
in for
voters.
vote whenever they
So
have.
so who has a bus? I'm looking at you, Daddy War Bus, or the Cruel Bus, or the Apoca
The
Bus,
Anubis.
the Anubis. Yeah, the Anubis would be a good one to go with. We know the Anubis.
Yeah.
Yeah, so any of those bus people, let me know, because we would love to do drive in for the vote for Hatter.
There you go.
That could be.
Ooh, here's something to ask you about. Did you have any experiences involving the helicopter?
Yeah, we were one of the first people to actually pick it up and move it back when we first got started doing that.
Oh, really? Tell us about that.
Yeah.
Yes, please. How that went?
We didn't break any legs, so that was good.
That's always a plus.
Actually, I should clarify that and say that we were the second people to move it.
Where do you find it at?
The first year, where did we move it from? We moved it from. Oh, I know what it was. We moved it initially from the Dead Crows over to Road Rash.
Okay, so I believe that was the first time.
That
Was the
we-
first
we-
time it was moved then, yeah.
We did that one, and then people came to us, including Clay, who's a dear friend of mine, and wanted to actually move it all the way across the city site. And we, at that point, we said no, because moving it that far, you're like, if somebody screws up, they're going to break a leg. And so we said no, we're not going to do that. So he found a bunch of other people who were dumber than us to do that, and they
There you
moved
go.
it across.
There was a good
Yeah.
crop of that.
And since then, as you're aware, it's been moving all over the city. But we did participate in the first move, which was relatively short. It was from the Dead Crows over to Road Rash.
Yeah. Because it said something on it like "fuck you, Road Rash," and if you write "fuck you, Road Rash" on something, it's their property.
It's their
Yeah,
property.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
So they will steal it.
Yeah, and we did graffiti it the first time before they started doing the paint over every year. So the initial
Inspiration.
the initial graffiti did include some Schofield stickers.
Nice. I like that. That's great.
No, I remember last Wasteland we managed to steal it for this fucker for a little dinner date inside the copter.
Nice.
And
That was
we're,
a fun
we're all
one.
hauling it. Poor Scott Todd, though, emissary, can't fucking reach it.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. I'm like, just be here for moral support, man. You're good.
We had Commodore and Captain and several other tall people on it.
So it's all like up here.
Yeah, they're
And
holding it
Poor
up.
emissaries trying to reach. for it.
He's just like fingertipping it. Okay, I got it. Let's go.
That'd be me. Just like,
And we're like, emissary, you can be
Disappear.
our cheerleader. Just walk ahead of us, encourage us.
Yeah,
Just tell us, move.
Spot us. If it looks like
Clear
we're
the crowd, yeah.
yeah. Let's
But yeah, that was a lot of fun because, like, okay, so just to fill you guys in, I'm sure some of you know the story already, but in 2021, the dead men wanted to steal the helicopter and put it inside their bar, and so they grabbed me at like 3 or 4 a.m.
all this.
and they grabbed a few other people, and one of those people happened to be a woman by the name of Larry Lee. And she was a friend of the Deadmen's, and this was basically just my kind of first meeting her.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we had maybe said hello a little bit before that, nothing major. And she was working volunteer shift. She'd just gotten off her shift, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna go steal the helicopter." And she's like, "Okay, I'm in." And I was like, "I'm in." And then so we stole the helicopter. We brought it back to Gillies. We stole it from the Dogs of War. We stopped at
How brave of
Gillies,
you.
took some pictures there, and then we brought it across the street to the Deadmen's bar. And we disassembled part of the bar and parked it inside the bar.
And they put the fence back up.
And then put the fence back up.
So
So
it's not going anywhere.
it was hard to tell how we got it in there. That was intentional.
Mhm.
And by the time we got this all done, it was about sunrise.
Mhm.
So we had it in there maybe 5-10 minutes, and here comes rolling up Adam, Axel, with his like, "Hey, you guys can't have that in there. Someone's gonna mess up your bar to bring it out." And we're like, "No, we're gonna drag it out."
Yeah.
And then
remember one of them was joking. So we really had to steal a helicopter out here just to get you to come out and say hi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's Murphy, the head of the Dead Men, was like, yeah, we got to steal a helicopter to get you to come by and say hello. So because if you look at my picture from that year, you'll see me sitting in the helicopter, and in the background you'll actually see Larry Lee.
Mm.
And after that was when her and I started talking, and then from there we eventually progressed to dating.
Mm.
And so going back for 2022, because we met involving the helicopter, I wanted it stolen so we could have a anniversary dinner on the helicopter.
Yeah. And we parked it in front of Ghoulcrest.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So I arranged with Ghoulcrest and the Dead Men and several others, and we all picked it up from its beginning location, which is always with Coach, and we stole it from inside the city, right across from.
It was over by medical because
Yeah, it
y'all
was right
walked
across
up
from
and I'm
medical.
on my
You're on duty.
my shift and I'm like, I totally spaced out and forgotten that this whole thing was going on. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? I walk over, baby, what's going on? Like, shh, you see nothing. And then a moment like, oh, I remember what's going on. Have fun. I wish I could have like, okay, I'm touching it. There, it counted. I helped steal it.
Yeah, because the thing I did was I talked to Coach, and I was like, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to steal the helicopter, but I'm going to need it for probably about an hour. It's going to need to be left alone where nobody else is stealing it. And he's like, well, that's hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's exactly why I'm messaging you. I'm like, which night does it get the least traffic? He's like, opening night of the event.
Yeah.
Nobody knows. A lot of new people don't yet know that it's a thing.
Yeah.
So that would be your best bet. I'm like, okay, cool. So we'll steal it first thing Wednesday night. And so I had my campmates, Buttons made dinner for us.
Nice.
And including she made spaghetti, and then she also made a boiled mayonnaise cake, which is a Great Depression recipe.
Okay.
So it's a legit Great Depression recipe. It actually makes really good cake because if you boil mayonnaise, you actually cause several of the ingredients to split. Yeah, with the heat and the chemical change, and they split, and then you can use the ingredients from the mayonnaise to actually add in place of like other stuff in the cake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll take the place of it. Mayonnaise is basically egg anyway, so you,
it'll take the place of the eggs. Yeah, exactly. So it'll take the place of the eggs, and it will become your cake, and it actually makes really good cake.
Yeah.
You would never think from a name like boiled mayonnaise cake, like, oh.
Ew, that sounds weird.
Don't think about it. Just eat it. It's very good.
And then the funny part after of y'all are done and it gets picked up and you're running after it. My fork!
We get done, and we've got in there, our plates and our cups and my little mess kit. My mess kit has with it a little collapsible fork. It collapses into a switchblade handle.
Mm-hmm.
And so I grabbed all of my stuff, except for that apparently. I'd intended to grab everything. Grabbed everything, walked back to my camp, put it all down. And in the time it took me to walk from camp back to Ghoulcrest, which was just across the street.
Yeah.
So this is like a 45-second window.
Yeah.
Somebody pulled up and stole it.
No.
Yep. Yeah, they already put it on top of their fucking car and just called it a day and just drove off.
So I'm running
is
down the
technically
street
cheating.
chasing them, trying to get this switchblade
We don't care about
fork
the
back.
rules.
Yeah.
Trying to get my switchblade fork back, just chasing him down the street, like, come back!
I'm
come
on top
back!
I'm on top of Ghoulcrest watching this whole fucking thing. And
Laughing.
I was like, oh, poor Hatter.
But they
There you
stopped. They stopped, and they gave me back my fork, and then they also gave
Yeah.
me some of their giveaways.
Oh, nice.
They had some little 3D printed things from their group, and they
Oh,
were like,
yeah.
"Here, you can have this." And I was like, "Oh, thank you."
Thank you.
And so yeah, it was actually pretty cool. We got to steal the helicopter. We get to have our little private dinner on it. We were left alone right until the end.
Right. Facebook comments?
Yeah. So we got a couple saying, Commander Bacon suggesting that to send posters via mail at Wasteland to get it out there more. Also, you can put
Ooh, I like that
you can also
idea.
post posters at the Go Heads
Yeah.
camp.
Ooh, I like that idea
Because
too.
Commander Bacon saying that he sent a bunch of junk mail and started a mail war with the Caution Tape Carnival.
Ooh.
And then Cowfucker said a massive junk mailing of flyers for a Hatters campaign would be awesome.
Yes, just send
Ooh.
it to everyone.
Yeah.
So, so anybody who's watching, Buttons, I'm looking mostly at you. You were talking about helping me print a bunch of these posters. Let's print a bunch for Wasteland, and let's mail them out to people. Let's do some junk mail.
Yes.
And then, like I said, I want to talk to the Anubis with
With Grotch.
Grotch, and I want to do a campaign bus. And I don't have a big budget to do gigantic posters, but maybe we can do a bunch of small ones or something. We can figure it out.
Adds up to a bigger one.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Like a puzzle.
During
Yeah.
Line Con, you can just walk the line, be like, "Hey,
Hey,
everybody,
vote for
Hatter!
Hatter! Hey, vote for Hatter!
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Slap.
Yeah,
When
late
people
at
are
night.
asleep, just slap it on the hood of the front of the car.
There
Just
you
slip
go.
it.
Just let the morning dew.
Make it
vote
look
into
like a
place.
police ticket too. So
I
like,
need to make a small one.
yeah,
A small
Yeah.
one that will look like a
Just
little
pull
police
it right
ticket.
over there.
Just put it on people's
a
windshields.
pink slip.
Yes.
We got Papa Bear.
Papa
What-
Bear,
what's wrong
fuck you!
What's wrong with my standing half-cock signature? Nothing. You can do it.
What?
That was one of the comments. Cowfuckers will have more kegs so people will see it when they come drink.
Hell yeah!
Nice.
Let's
I'm looking forward to that.
see.
Cow Mom was bringing her some
merch
of her brewery
booth line?
stuff because she owns a brewery in
Merch
Washington.
booth
now.
line. There we go.
Merch booth line would be pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Merch booth line.
Gilly's like, don't forget I have the machine for doing button pins.
Oh, we have to do
campaign
button
Yeah,
pins.
Yeah.
Hatter for Mayor button pins. Yes.
Yes.
Gilly, if you can take my same wanted poster and just shrink it up so it's just my head and then it says Mayor,
Yes.
and then like vote above, like that'd be perfect.
Commander Bacon's like, just stand at check-in and hand them out as they come in.
There you go.
There you go. There you go.
Vote for Mayor.
See,
Vote for
yeah,
Mayor.
see if
vote
you can
for Mayor.
bribe the people who give out the wristbands. It's like, here, take this, and then for each person you put a wristband, just give them a flyer saying vote for Mayor.
I don't think Sierra will go for that.
No.
See, I need.
No, the possibilities would be amazing.
Hey, we're just brainstorming ideas. How
Yeah.
many of them actually happen is a whole other story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just need like 3,500 posters of me. Just hand them out to every person at the event.
And hey, when we have leftovers, if we get a W, just let the W write them out.
Right?
Wish list. We can put that stuff on the Amazon wish list.
Yeah.
Paper
Yeah.
and stuff.
Right.
Actually, both times we've done check-in line, mainly last year, there's people that just hang out in the line and pass out like their caps and everything. So it's like, hey, why not?
Yeah.
So instead of a porn NATO, it can be a vote NATO. I don't know. I don't know what to call that one. Flyer NATO.
Cam NATO.
Campaign NATO. Yes, Cam NATO.
Everybody's watching.
Oh shit.
Just got on. Missed who your guest is. You missed
Doc
out.
Schofield.
Hi.
That's
Right.
right.
Schofield's Drifters runs a bar and has some very tasty drinks.
Our friend Emery here, he is a pirate that goes to the pirate festival called Tortuga.
Oh.
He sometimes joins our show. Every now and then we do a Worlds Collide episode while we talk about Wasteland. He talks about Tortuga, and we compare the two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see, we're on time. Oh, we got plenty of time.
Just to throw it out. Next, do we want to talk? Rust and Fire. Age of Rust and Fire. Do we want to do that next show?
Next show, yeah.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Also, hello everyone. Hi, Papa Bear.
Yeah, we just throw it out there so people know what we're talking about. We went to Rust and Fire this last weekend. We have some video and stuff. I gotta throw it together so we can actually like screen it for you guys.
Yeah.
We did some interviews with Septic Tank, and then we took some pictures and video at the event. They're still on my camera. I just get busy with work sometimes and haven't quite pulled them all together
There's
yet.
still photos and videos. We're still waiting for it to be uploaded and whatnot from previous events.
It
Yeah,
happens. Hatter's busy.
yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
work a full-time job and a part-time job, and I run this show, so it gets
Yeah.
busy. And on top of all that, I have a girlfriend I have to,
Yeah.
Pay a little attention to that.
Yeah.
So, Doc, what's a really unique food you have eaten at Wasteland? Something you won't normally eat in regular society, but you saw it at Wasteland or handed to you and like, I'm gonna try this.
Sutler had some frozen ice cream pie, which is something that you just don't expect to get at Wasteland.
No.
No.
Ice cream. Melted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was bragging about that for a long.
Damn.
What is something that I've had that is really unusual?
I mean, there's been people out there who have cooked like chicken heart and
Yep.
sheep's eye and duck and
This one found poutine.
yeah,
Poutine rocks.
Oh,
right?
I had it for the first time. So my whole thing was
This one.
2021. I'd heard about it the day after,
Yeah.
and I have a massive love of Canada and all things Canadian.
All right.
Big thing in wrestling. So this year or last year, we're walking around. I wanted to find somewhere to drink. I'm like, okay, I haven't been here before. I'm gonna go in. I have my cup, and they're like, hey, we're making a new batch of fries. Give us a moment. And I'm like, wait, what? And I look over. I'm like, fries. That's gravy. Oh god, poutine. I am not getting the drink. I will wait. So I had like my legit cup, and I'm like,
That's all we have.
please, let me have some. And they're like, perfect. They made me my poutine. We recorded it. I legit cried.
Oh, that's great. One of the things that I created for people, and this isn't the Wasteland, this was at Metropolis last year, is Adam Chilson was very big on something that became known as tentacles, which were tentacles. He insisted on serving my Bloody Marys with baby octopus.
Ooh.
Okay.
Whoa.
And he
Ooh,
gave me
interesting.
about 5 pounds of frozen baby octopus.
Holy shit.
Said, cook this up, and when the staff comes by, we're going to do Bloody Marys with octopus. So I'm sitting there
Oh god.
right in the bar.
Was
with
this
a
a
boiling-
staff crawl?
Yes.
Oh.
This was staff crawl at Metropolis.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Damn,
I
that's pretty cool.
was making the captain's Bloody Marys
Yeah.
and with a big boiling pot of boiling baby octopus, and then they came by and we stuck them on skewers and stuck them in the Bloody Marys, and that was probably the weirdest thing that I created, and of course I did eat. I did
Yeah.
eat one.
I certainly hope you ate
Yeah.
one because you
Yeah.
deserve to have one for making them, of course.
Right.
Yeah, that is that.
Yeah,
A
so,
Bloody
you know,
Mary with a baby octopus on a skewer.
Not quite Wasteland, but
Still counts. I mean, we did.
We'll go ahead and let it.
We did a Neotropolis episode. I've been the Neo. You know, we did a couple episodes for that show, so for that event. So
So apparently, Commander Bacon says he saw someone smoked a small alligator. Alligator's really good.
Oh god.
yeah, actually, my buddy Doc, when he was here, he was talking about that. He actually, I don't know if this was the same alligator, but at one point, one year, my buddy Doc, who camps with Hobo Junction, actually helped suture an alligator's mouth so they could do the roasting of it.
Wow.
Damn.
Because he's in the medical field, and I guess he knew how to suture it together.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it seems to me a couple of years ago somebody was serving kangaroo.
Yeah.
Does
Dinky Dive
They
did that
don't do
for
that every
a
year
bit.
though, but they did it one year, right?
It went up, I believe, till 17. 17, I think, was the last one.
Because I
Because the
kangaroo.
Because yeah, California law had changed the exotic meat, so they changed it to wild boar.
Okay.
But yeah,
so-
I remember the kangaroo meat
okay,
one.
so
That
I
was
had kangaroo there.
yeah. Kangaroo meat in their chili was it was good. Like
Yeah.
I think their first year was probably 15
Yes.
Dinky Dive. And so for 15 and 16 is when they had the kangaroo.
Okay.
Yeah, and
that
17
makes sense.
in 17 they changed it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because 16 was my first year, so that's what I remember that I thought I remember eating it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So on YouTube we've got Mater. Can we get your favorite beer to sponsor the show or Wasteland? No. Sponsor us? I mean, dear God, that would help you out tremendously.
We will love to have a sponsor from anybody.
I mean, this guy's looking for Newcastle or...
No,
No?
Not new Newcastle.
no.
No, his thing is Shock Top.
Shock
Shock
Top,
Top.
Monster Energy drink.
Oh
Shock
God.
Top would definitely be his.
Monsters.
I'll take your local beers, but I'll also take your weird drinks.
I'll take root beer.
We've been over that. Bring me your weird drinks, your drinks that you're like, why would
So-
anybody make this into an alcoholic drink? Bring me that.
Someone at the Cowfucker said they had a bacon wrapped stuffed crawfish with I'm not gonna pronounce this right. Boudin,
Boudin.
then slow smoked.
Wow.
and it was amazing.
I don't know
Where
what
the heck
all
did
that
they get
is,
that?
but that
Yeah,
sounds
where'd
really
you
good.
get some? That's some like straight up Cajun style shit. What the
Unless
heck?
unless Judas made it, but
That would be a Judas thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Judas makes some major
Oh,
food for sure.
He's the chef.
Still, one of my favorite things Judas was able to do for me was at I believe the last Hunter's Night. He had a roast boar,
Mm-hmm.
and he had the head.
Yeah.
And he gave me my favorite piece on the head, which is the cheek.
Yeah.
The cheek
There's
is
that
really
Boar
good.
cheek is fantastic.
Yeah, it is, and it's not where the place on the head where you get the most meat at.
Yeah.
And it's very juicy and tender and whatnot. So he makes sure he reserved one side of the cheek just for me.
Nice.
So it was good.
So, Gemini is asking, what's your favorite part of your outfit, of your kit?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got going.
Wow. That's a tough call.
All these dog tags and rings.
Yeah, I've got so many things here. I would probably still have to say that it's sophisticated because this is a Schofield 45.
Ooh.
Okay.
And it was given to me by Digits.
Nice.
Nice.
And
That's pretty.
yeah. And
Oh,
so,
it looks like that.
yeah. So Captain Schofield made these in the Civil War. He designed them for the cavalry.
Okay.
And the idea is that if you're skilled, you can one hand. Be careful because there's a spring here. I don't want to lose. Take out the cylinder and swap it out. So as you're riding your horse, you can fire 5 shots because you always leave one blank because there's no safety on these things.
Yeah.
You fire 5 shots and you break it open like that. Pull the whole cylinder out. Put a new cylinder in and fire again. So it's quick.
All one-handed. Holy shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't try and do that because I'd lose things on it.
Oh,
But,
right.
Well, yeah, now it's a
Yeah.
historic piece.
But
so.
this is a replica.
Okay,
But,
either
so
way.
this is this is probably my most favorite just because again it's Schofield 45 on Schofield and like I say Ditches gave it to me so
Yeah.
That's a pretty good
And her
one.
response is, "Oh my God, that's so sweet! I didn't know Digits gave you that gun."
That is a pretty neat.
I've got a lot of other things that are Secondly, is this symbol right here? The two C's. This is the symbol of Cast Out Cove.
Okay, I have one of those. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you know who ran Cast Out Cove? Do you remember who ran Cast Out Cove?
No, I don't. I have
Alright.
their pin somewhere.
All right. So
Right.
Cast
Right
Out,
hand. Right hand.
Yeah, right there.
Cast Out Cove was run by Junk Mail.
Okay.
And Junk Mail was this guy who showed up I think it was the first year that we were a tribe. I think he showed up in 2017. And we set up our camp and we're doing all this stuff. And Junk Mail is out by himself just on the edge of the theme zone, dying of the heat, all by himself in his own encampment. And my people found him and said, come with us. And so we brought him in, gave him water. And he spent the Wasteland weekend with us and was just a fantastic, wonderful person. And then the next year he came by and we actually gave him an area of our camp that he could have.
Very cool.
within there. And he's just a warm, wonderful person. Everybody loves him. He hasn't been able to come back to the events recently because of some personal issues, but hopefully we'll see him again. But that's probably the second. Bearing that symbol of Cast Out Cove is.
So we got a comment from Obi Nukes saying, "I'll be bringing another bumper section of exotic Yingling brews this year."
All right.
Yeah.
Yingling's very popular.
Hey, I'll be happy with just the regular lager of Yingling, but if you have something more unique than black, I'll be happy to try it.
Yeah, I'll
New one
take
is-
your exotics.
It's called New and it's Bongo Fizz beer with a mango taste.
Ooh, I'm in.
Yeah, I'll step into that area. I
I'm
mean,
in.
I got the shock top already.
As long as we're going with favorite pieces on your costume, Commodore, what's one of your favorites? Put everybody on the spot.
Yeah. Shit, I got it.
I mean, if I'm gonna cop out, I'll say my Ghoul Crest tie.
Okay.
But aside
That's a
from
good default answer.
aside for the obvious Ghoul Crest tie, I will have to say this medal right here.
Yes.
One of the big Wasteland bands that usually plays at Wasteland Weekend, V2A.
Oh.
They are a post-apocalyptic industrial EBM band from the UK. And last time they performed was actually in 19 at the 10-year anniversary. I've been a fan for them for quite a while. I never got a chance to see them live because every time they go live, I'm doing something else. And not to mention, it was hard for me to find where they have their merch because their merch is very limited, even online. So I finally found out where they're going to have their merch that year at. It was going to be at KB's merch shop in Bartertown. So by the time I got there, the band was there, dropping off their merch. So I was like, oh shit, they're here. So like, I wanted to introduce myself. I told them, like, hey, I'm Commodore here at Wasteland. But back home, I'm a goth industrial DJ. I actually play some of your songs in my set, and the crowd in my club actually really likes it. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys' show, and great meeting you. And they were actually thrilled that someone was playing their songs at a club. So like, one of them took this medal off their vest and presented to me. And he's like, here, we only made 20 of these. They're very hard to earn, and you have this one.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh my god! In my head, I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool. So I had to play it cool, like, oh, yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
And as they were walking away, we said bye, and I go to KB. Okay, KB, I want one of everything that they have here.
just everything.
He's like, I didn't want to totally fangirl out while they were here.
Yeah.
But, you know,
You just watch,
me one of everything.
and they're out of.
Now.
KB, here's my money. Give me one of everything.
Take my caps.
And so there's that. And another thing I want to say is this. Another thing from KB is this little spin wheel button. I got to make out with a lot of people and got groped a lot of people. And the thing with this, I just make sure that they are aware of what this is, and things have to be consensually, or please don't do it.
Yeah. Okay, Hatter, your turn.
So my turn, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, you're on the spot now.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the balls on your hat.
The balls on my
Actually, I should probably know which one it is. Your key.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Also,
So I know the story behind the key.
we'll cover both real quick since you mentioned. So I have these trucker nuts on my hat. It might be a little hard to see on the camera. There we go. That's a good view of them.
They're small.
So they're small. They're my trucker nuts, and I actually ended up shortening the chain on them because it used to hang down like this one.
Yeah, I noticed that they used to dangle.
And they're a little heavy.
They shrunk in.
They would
they got cold.
They would swing and like slam and hit me in the face, and they've got some good weight to them.
You got teabagged.
You're regularly.
Oh, I was getting teabagged by my own balls. Yes.
Yeah.
So those are actually a gift from Gila Monster, from Red Rocket.
Oh.
So he gave. I have a tradition with my Hatter's hat, any of them, and it is if you want to add something to the hat, you're welcome to. The hat has its own collection of things. It's taken on a life of its own. Most of the stuff that's on here was not here when I first created this hat.
And I'm
it's just
so
grown.
amazed that Ghoulcrest sticker is still holding on.
Right?
The fact that that's a sticker.
I don't even
amazes
want to
me.
touch it because I'm worried that like if I ever tried to be like, how is it so magical that it will never hold again?
And then it's ruined. It's gone.
Yeah.
Then
So
you're
it is a sticker that has been on there since 2015.
Wow.
No
Yeah.
joke. And it just stayed there. I stuck it on once, never touched it again, and it has stayed there for goddamn 8 years now. Just about. So these were a gift from Gila Monster, and so that was under that tradition of you add something to my hat, it stays on my hat. Now the trucker nuts I have actually traded out a time or two because there's been times when I've dressed up in my Hatter costume for like a work costume party.
So Hatter, I think I know what your balls are missing.
Huh?
A little dick.
Yes. I have a little dick on my outfit.
Yes, but your hat doesn't.
Yeah. Your hat needs a little dick for your balls.
Right?
Ooh.
And so yeah, that's one of those random things that got put on my hat along with like I have a paintbrush on here and all kinds of crazy stuff on here. So lots of stories on the hat.
Gorilla just showed us a barbecue gator that I assume he's the one that's making.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that
Ooh.
beauty.
Wow.
I would love to have some barbecued gator.
And he's got the stuffing in it too. That's
Ooh.
good.
I love me some crazy exotic foods. Please, if you're having something weird like gator, invite me. I will eat some.
And then
I love me some crazy foods.
Baba
like
Yaga.
that.
I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
You are.
Okay, good.
She's one of my members.
Okay, Baba Yaga's going, thank you. Rule number 1, consent.
Yes.
Consent is sexy.
Yes, it is.
And Baba Yaga is a. I know that name from somewhere. It's an actual name.
She's
Of,
the Russian witch.
okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
Mm.
Yeah, it's an actual historical name.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know that. I'm just like, I know. So yeah, I know you're
She's got
saying.
the house with the chicken legs that runs all over the countryside.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
yeah.
you go. There you go. Exactly. Okay. Thank you for filling in because I was like, I know that reference from somewhere,
Russian
but
folklore.
but you
Yeah.
definitely have more of the details now I remembered. So yeah, my other favorite costume piece would definitely have to be.
Yeah, Russian folklore says cowfuckers.
There we go. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. So I like the fact that you all know that because I was like, I know that from somewhere.
Yeah.
But one of my other favorite ones would be my key badge here. So that comes from Moth Eater.
Oh.
Yeah,
And so this is a bit of lore, and this happened
this is a lore key.
several years ago, and it actually did involve the you mentioned them earlier, the Farlanders,
Yeah.
and I'm glad that they do the Wasteland Defense Corps now because back then we heckled their bit into oblivion
When they were the USPF.
Yeah. Yeah.
when they tried to do the USPF for a bit,
Oh, that was such a beautiful idea too.
and
I
it was
love to
all
escape from New York. So.
it all went down so well to the point where they ungraciously bowed out. Until then, it was a really, really fun game to play in for sure.
Oh yeah, I was having a blast with that.
Yeah, they just kind of got in. My understanding is that they just kind of got into a situation where they basically got trapped by the story.
Yeah,
And,
Okay.
yeah.
and what I've been in other role playing situations where something similar has happened. Where okay, we're supposed to be the bad guys, but we actually don't have any real authority. So if people oppose us or
Mhm.
antagonize us, we really can't do anything. So if you can only play that game so long, and
Yeah.
and it requires a participatory
Yes.
group, and if you get an antagonistic group in there, you get boxed in. You can't do anything.
So yeah, we had the thing where, so to make a long story short, they decided to strike up a rivalry with Ghoulcrest, going from 17 into 18, which is where we
That was a
wanted
mistake.
our off year. And so they had set up this whole elaborate storyline where they raided the Ghoulcrest and shut it down.
Yep. That's how we went to hiding
Yeah.
for 18.
Not everybody was included on the details, so I didn't see that until after it happened, and I went to war. And I made a little paragraph speech about, and all of my years
It
in
wasn't even a
Wasteland.
paragraph. It was a fucking essay, dude.
Okay, maybe it was. But I'm like, to sum that up, it was like, in all of my years at Wasteland, I've never seen such cowardice to attack Ghoulcrest when it is at its lowest point on Sunday night after the event has closed. You didn't even come at us in the middle of the weekend when we were our strongest. Yeah, this is all you got to show. I am Ghoulcrest. I said something to the effect of, I am Ghoulcrest, and we are going to war.
And damn.
And then that's when everybody's like, and you'll have my sword, and my bow, and my axe.
And my shotgun!
And my entire tribe, and all these allies we've made, and it just became this huge thing where we just snowballed them with a meme war. And just ragged on them through memes. And then more stories came out,
Yep.
and eventually in the stories, I got captured and put in prison.
Yep.
And then not long after that, Moth Eater got captured and put in prison.
Yeah.
And Moth Eater and I immediately messaged each other and said, hey, so we're both in prison. Are we cellmates? We're cellmates. This is how we're
Yes.
playing this. We're cellmates.
Yep.
Because there had been very little coordination with the Farlanders to know exactly what was going on. So we were just kind of adding in our own bits of the story here and there.
Yeah.
And so we were like, we're cellmates, and we've got our network of outside people smuggling us in items. So just like in prison, you can get a pack of cigarettes. Well, we could get damn near anything.
Yeah.
So we had throughout the off season leading up to the next Wasteland, him and I were both coming up with different things, and then take a picture and be like, "Look what just got smuggled into us." And then we went to winter games, and him and I played that as we bribed a guard and escaped for the day. But don't worry, we like our hotel room. We'll be coming back. Like, we played it as like, this is the worst hotel service ever, but you know what? It's a free bed, so I'll be there. You know? Like that, we just kind of played on that for like the whole year. And then so at Wasteland 18, Moth Eater presented me with this little key badge, and he told me specifically that it is the cell key from the time we spent in prison together. And I teared up a bit because it was a big thing for me. That whole year, I was going through a lot of personal changes in my own life, and having the lore of the prison story and the shenanigans just kind of gave me this fun little distraction from real life problems. And so when he gave me the badge, it was just like, it was this closing of a chapter of surviving all of those real life stresses and then coming back to my event to have fun. And it was a big moment for me, so I've kept it on my suit ever since, and it's always been one of my most prized possessions on here.
See, that shit's just beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm wondering for like everybody here who's watching, do you have like a similar story like that of like an important item piece that you have on your outfit that has a lot of representation and meaning to you when you're out in the wasteland? Please share in the comments. We'd like to hear your guys.
Yeah. I mean, this one I even took the time. I had to eventually the original pin for it fell off. I had to sew it to my outfit just to keep it there.
I think the cowfuckers just answered one. All cowbell all the time.
More cowbell.
Eventually, I need to get a cowbell just for the show.
Yeah.
So every time something cowfucker related is mentioned, I'll ring the fucking cowbell for you guys. How about that? Mail us a cowbell.
Yes.
Like an honorary cowfucker like logo.
Decorate it however you want.
Put a sticker on it if you have to.
Put little dicks or little tits on there. I don't care.
But
maybe tits and dicks. I like both.
But it's got to be metal so that he can actually ring it, make noise with it.
Yes.
Yeah. They found a chair patch.
Oh, you actually found the patch?
We want a patch like that. I'll take a chair patch. Commodore wants a chair patch because he's involved.
So, do you hear about the chair situation at Uncle Zeke's?
No.
So, where the cowfuckers were camped at, I was camping with cowfuckers, by the way. We're in like in the back area where like
Good job.
where no vehicle can get in.
Yeah.
And this is basically the back area of the Rent Fair where they have like all their storage shit.
Yeah.
So there's a shit ton of white fucking chairs.
Okay.
Like hundreds of them. And so basically one night what they decided to do is they grabbed these chairs and they just started walking around and just went up to certain camps and they just bring out a chair and go, chair.
Oh yeah, we got one of those. Yeah, we who did we give it to? I think we took it up and put it in Zeke's. Yeah.
Yeah, they did it to like a lot of tribes. One in particular was Gillies.
Yeah.
And yeah, like it's just something they were doing, just scattering these chairs all over fucking Uncle Zeke's.
Yeah, we just had one show up. It's like, all right, I just asked some people to do something with it, and they took care of it. So yeah. Okay.
So a little bit of cowfucker shenanigans of last Uncle Zeke's. It was fun. How was your Uncle Zeke's, by the way?
It was fantastic. That they're real. They do a really good job of organizing things. So they give us a pretty prime location, fairly near the castle, and so we can set a bar up there. So people, it's very convenient for that. And it could have been disastrous. My entire tribe got sick after Nukio.
Oh.
And so we were supposed to have
a lot more people.
8 or 9 people at
For the drifters?
At Uncle Zeke's. We ended up having one drifter accompany me, and then the Faceless Merchants helped us out.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
There was, Bard, who actually isn't a full-time drifter. He's a contractor. He has his own group.
Oh yeah. I met Bard at Buzzards Patch. We camped next to him.
Yeah. Wonderful guy.
Oh yeah.
Hard worker. And if he hadn't been there, I would have been stunned. He worked. He bailed me out and made that event successful.
Oh yeah.
He and the Faceless Merchants really were what made that event.
Okay.
For me.
Good. I'm glad because like that would be.
Yeah. Everybody got sick.
Oh, I think I remember Bard from.
Yeah, he camped next to us.
Yeah, I remember.
He had that like what, Pedro Pascal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks very much like Pedro Pascal. He's a really nice guy.
Oh yeah. I can't remember Uncle Zeke's. He helped with my belt strap for my armor.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. He had all this other stuff together doing that.
Yeah. So he helped me out with that when we were at Buzzards Patch because I had a malfunction with my with the strap of my shoulder pad, and he fixed that up for me.
Yeah. So Gilly's saying last day of the event I had about a dozen chairs to relocate.
It's only because they love you, Gilly.
It just seems that for an arcade you lacked a lot of chairs.
You needed more chairs.
I mean, it'd be nice to have a chair to sit on while they're playing video games. Or by the bar, for that matter.
Yeah.
And like, so what activities were you able to do at Uncle Zeke's aside for your bar and whatnot? Were you able to check some things out that happened throughout the event?
Yeah, well, we ran the IED game. Sparky wasn't able to be there to run it, so I stepped in and we ran a version of the IED game, and that was really well done.
Yeah.
Zeke's ended up winning it only because the Goatheads kind of screwed up.
Okay.
They hired a mercenary to plant bombs, and the mercenary didn't understand that they had to plant bombs in participating tribes' camps, and so they planted them inside the Last Chance Casino.
Yep.
So they didn't count.
No.
But if they would have put them into almost anybody's camp, the Goatheads would have won. So they lost by due to poor communication.
I heard that someone, I can't remember who, someone buried some bombs around someone else's camp.
Yeah.
Like they buried them and they didn't tell them where though.
Yeah. That's not the rules. So I did that. I was able to see the cabaret show.
That was cool.
The jail cabaret show.
Yep.
That was neat. Went up to Zeke's a few times and saw a couple shows up there. Because we were so short-handed, I did spend a lot of time.
And your bar is also involved with the pub crawl.
And the bar, our bar was the first place on the first stop on the pub crawl.
Mm-hmm.
So the cowfuckers with the when Gilly was like, I had a bunch of chairs. Like cowfuckers like, didn't they come in handy though? Gilly's like, yeah, I do plan on having chairs at the arcade now. Lowe's has similar chairs for about 16 a pop, at least out here. Hey, a good chair will make it amazing for you basically anytime you camp. Yep. I want to get one of those ones that's kind of like a hammock. So I can just kind of, I can swing. Yes. Because sitting in a regular chair, I can't. I'm usually scrunched up, sideways. It's the pansexual way of sitting in a chair, meaning not normally.
One of the best things that we did, and this goes, and Sparky did it the first year, and then we, Digits and I found one for this year. In 2021, Sparky brought a sofa and an ottoman to.
Nice.
All right, and so we thought that was a really good idea.
Oh, that's some classy shit right there.
His only rule was I'm not taking it home. So
he brought it.
Yeah, so we gave it away, and then decided, you know what, this is really a good idea. So Digits and I found another one and brought it last year, and this one we're keeping. So
okay, good.
We have a sofa in our in our courtyard camp.
Hell yeah,
that's pretty nice. That's really nice, especially very late at night or on the third or fourth day when you just want to relax on something that's comfortable.
Oh, you can fall asleep on that shit. Come on.
Yeah, but if you fall asleep in our camp, you're going to be taking your life in your hands. Yeah, so you get what's coming to you.
Right. like fucking high school parties all over.
Pretty much.
Can sleep in chair.
The whole thing, like, don't fall asleep with your shoes on rule.
That sofa's a lifesaver.
Yeah.
What Katie's saying.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
nice.
Multi-purpose swing. I got another chair
Swing.
for that. It's one of those it's like a bungee cord chair where if you sit on it you can bounce.
Oh yeah, they have
yeah.
that back in there.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
still
you
have
had that
I
on
need
the
to check
patio,
and see how
yeah.
good it is.
It's probably
'cause
all rusty and fucked.
it's kind of fucked up. It was like $20 at Target.
Okay.
It's like 20, 30, something like that.
Yeah, but with the rain we've been having.
Yeah, that thing might be dead. And I got that back when I was with Jacoby, so years ago.
So you got some good use out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was still pretty usable last time I saw it, but
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah, my Wasteland chair broke last year. I'm gonna get a new one. So.
Cause it's hard for me to sit still.
Yeah, the sitting stuff that Ghoulcrest have are car seats.
Yeah,
Yes.
bench seats from cars.
Those are,
Yeah.
and again, those are comfortable.
And that's something
Yeah.
I kind of want to do with this stage because I'm not sure if you, of course, if you noticed, the stage is pretty inspired of the Ghoulcrest
Mhm.
background. And so basically, whenever we move into an actual house where I can permanently keep this up and structured, I will, of course, have our fine carpet rugs,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to have the car seats as our sitting stuff.
That'd be
I get a
nice.
sofa.
You can use this.
It's only fair. Because I'm off camera, I get to lounge.
Yeah,
Which is what I do half the time anyway.
yeah.
Benefits to being off camera. Y'all dressed up, I'm sitting here. I'm wrapped in a blanket, I got a hoodie on,
Yeah.
jeans just curled up because the fucking door's open.
It's very cold in Sacramento right now.
Yeah.
Like, it was raining all last night.
But it's still not snowing. Freaking
It's snowing everywhere
it's
but
snowing at
here.
the beach. Venice Beach is getting snow.
There was snow.
We're in the valley. What do you want?
Yeah.
Snow!
There was snow on the peninsula as well.
Yeah.
Remember, if there's snow, I have to work outside in that. So if you call snow upon us,
And dude, we're in Sacramento. You're good. There's never
I think
snow
you're
here.
good.
We never get snow here.
if you call snow upon us, I don't know what I'll do, but I'll be angry.
You'll wag your finger at me in a threatening manner.
Hammock chairs.
Yeah, you. My response will be, snow! Run
we
in.
are.
I wouldn't know what to do because I barely seen snow. I've
We
lived here
are,
all my life. I mean, it's never snowed. No.
We still need to get you up to the snow to go play in it.
I know. The one time I thought I was going to see snow was the 6th grade.
Wait, you've never been to the snow?
No.
No.
Tahoe's not that far. Why
I've never been to Tahoe.
Go to Buzzard Patch. Right now.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah, true.
The one
No,
time
Katie's flipping her shit right now.
Yeah, like the fucking
Never
first,
been
the
to
one
the
time I
snow.
thought I was gonna experience snow was in the 6th grade. I was gonna go, our class was gonna go camping at Slide Park, which is like a little camping thing up in the mountains.
Mm.
And almost every year the 6th grade go, it snowed. The year I go, no snow, no snow,
Ah,
no fucking snow.
terrible.
I'm like, this is some bullshit.
Terrible.
Just send my ass home.
I came here
I was
expecting
mad.
snow. I got nothing.
I was mad.
I like going to play in snow, and then as soon as I'm done, I want like warm hot chocolate, warm blankets, curled up, just
Oh, great, man.
Oh yeah, my thing for many years is I've always said this: is I like to visit the snow.
and then leave.
As long as I don't have to shovel it, I'm pretty
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a California kid. I'm
Yeah.
spoiled.
I'll camp in it. I'll spend a week in it. But
Yeah.
As long as I don't have to shovel. Yeah.
Fair?
No, thanks. I'm good.
So Gemini saying, gotta have dinner. Thank you, Doc, for being on here. It was awesome. You're a class act and one of my favorite humans. Love you, Hatter, Commodore, and Figment with a little
Aw.
heart.
Love you, Gemini. Yeah, we had
Love you,
Gemini.
Gemini.
We had Gemini on the show too recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good
Katie
show.
saying, we're gonna kidnap you and drag you to the patch. We've
Yes.
got 2 feet so far and another 50 to 80 inches on the way.
See, there you go.
You have to try sledding the murder hill.
Oh, sledding that hill?
No,
Oh,
thank
sign
you.
me to fuck up.
If any of the cats like being outside in snow, I will sit right outside the house with them.
Get me drunk enough, I'll go frosty.
Also,
on
if they
that
don't
shit,
want to
just
leave the
belly flop
house,
it.
Figment will also sit inside the house with them.
Yes. If you find the cats, that's
Figment
where
will
you'll
be
find
where the
me.
cats are at.
Yes.
Yeah, speaking of, Jim and I just mentioned dinner. We're coming up on our 9 o'clock hours here, so.
Oh yeah, we're already on overtime.
Oh,
Yeah, so we can go longer.
This
or whatever.
normally happens when we have a special guest,
yeah.
so don't worry. So you're good.
Yeah, Papa Bear's like, I moved back to get away from the snow.
Yeah.
I know, because you're in Oregon at one point.
Yeah. Let's see, cowfuckers. When I lived on the Big Island, that was the best snow experience I've ever had. Hop in the Jeep, drive up to the top of the volcano, fuck around in the snow,
Come back
and
down
drive
this-
back down and be back on the beach drinking Mai Tais while watching the sunset.
Yep.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, that sounds like a weather, a temperature clusterfuck for your body right there.
Sounds like Florida.
Well, he's in the Big Island, so I assume that's Hawaii.
Yeah. And technically, depending on you can do that in San Diego. Because you drive up to Julian, up in the mountains, you go do that, and then you can go right back to the beach.
Yeah, Los Angeles too, going to the.
Yeah, you can do that. In,
Yeah.
yeah, you can do that in Big Bear or Idlewild or yeah.
Yeah.
So, dear Doc,
Yes, sir.
what's something you're looking forward to do for next Wasteland weekend? Do you have anything planned specifically for your camp, or is there something you want to try out for the first time this coming year, or?
That's an interesting question. So, Jem and I had asked something earlier, and I'll say that, again, the big thing I'm looking forward to is the resolution between the Faceless Merchants and Rabbit Asylum. That's a big lore thing.
Oh, they're gonna resolute some shit?
Well, they're going to do the second chapter. I'm not sure. I actually
Okay.
don't know what's going to happen. All right?
Oh,
but so the what happened last year, the Faceless Merchants, they have a death curse. If you kill a Faceless Merchant, then you end up being the recipient of a death curse.
Oh.
So that's kind of what protects them. The Rabbit Asylum learned that what if we don't kill the Faceless Merchants? What if we just break their masks?
Oh.
And so they were going around and shattering the masks and taking over all the trade routes.
Oh.
And that had
Yeah.
the Faceless Merchants very upset. So there were some confrontations last year. There were a bunch of treaties made. Captain Finn got captured and got taken and got turned over to the Rabbit Asylum.
Wow.
So, a whole bunch of things are going on. So that's going to continue on. And my understanding is hopefully it will be resolved this year. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. Who knows how it's going to happen?
Right.
So, from a lore standpoint, that's really one of the big things. We don't foresee doing too much different with the camp this year as opposed to last year. We really want to refine things as they are, so that's not going to change too much. What am I really looking forward to otherwise this year? You know, it's the same thing. I want to see what new people are going to come in and,
Yeah.
and what we can learn. We have been very good friends and really enjoyed the company of the Machine Army over the years. They're very close. They were camped next to us last year. They're not going to be coming to Wasteland anymore. They're all located on the East Coast, and they're going to be concentrating on
Apocalyptic.
East Coast events.
Okay.
It's just too expensive for them to make the trek out.
That makes perfect
It
sense.
happens.
So we're going to have new neighbors this year.
Ah.
No idea who they are. We'll see who they put next to us.
Oh, they're gonna learn.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to making new friends.
Hell yeah,
Hey,
hell yeah.
new friends.
Yeah, as for me, it's gonna be my very first year actually camping with Rabbit Radstag
Yeah.
Asylum, and
Yes.
see how we Ghoulcrest can partake in their
Yeah.
bar.
Yep.
And
Oh,
hopefully
God,
we'll be
yeah.
able to. Because it seems like we've been having a habit every year so far where at Radstag, Ghoulcrest takes over and
Yes.
we do a Ghoulcrest thing. Last Wasteland at Ghoulcrest, the
We did
Radstag
I
took
remember
over.
that.
Yeah.
And so hopefully we can do something like that again with the Radstag, where me and Captain take over the bar, and we did what we similar to what we did at 2021.
21.
Yeah, I remember that. The
God, that line.
that was just what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say. Is that the problem is that the line, when the word got out, the line was just so huge.
Oh yeah.
The
We experienced it from the inside. Yeah.
Ghoulcrest is loved, and but that had to been stressful. It's a real nightmare, man.
Well, we had quite the system of how to keep it going. It's like basically it's like you get a drink, you enjoy your drink,
And they get out.
you get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Next person go.
Which is just,
And you get an opportunity to earn your tie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember in 21, we went back to the storytelling
Yes.
tie ownership. That's how you were
That's how
able
I
to get
got
a
my
tie.
tie.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can get something like that, and that might give people who've been itching and trying and figuring shit out. How the fuck do I get a tie? that might be your best opportunity because it'd be a lot more simpler to do. So do a bounty hunt. Get a good bounty hunt story.
Have
a good
story.
Wasteland story. Whatever. Because I know for sure, like at 21, I was listening to stories and I was giving out ties if I liked it.
Yeah. Cowfuckers. Of all the things y'all's microphone has trouble picking up, Hatter taking drags off of his vape and blowing fat clouds is not one of them.
I thought the bubble out of my boot was one of them.
Yeah, I've noticed that when I've been watching the shows in the past. You can always hear Hatter dragging on this.
You can hear the Hatter drag, you can hear the bubble going through my beer.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
I'm on here as a message. Smoke.
That's one of the reasons why we're freezing out here, because this attic right here has to have air ventilation.
I
Yeah.
don't know what you're talking about. I'm perfectly comfortable.
Oh, I'm fine too. It's this
It's
one.
me.
It's that one.
I am the reason. Because I am fucking cold.
Well, what you don't see is that I'm wearing thermals underneath my
So he's saying he knows he's cold. He just doesn't care.
right.
No. I'm the
that's
one
what
sitting here
smokers deal
fucking
with.
freezing.
Yeah, I rated body heat, and plus alcohol keeps me warm.
Yeah. I'm
I-
the sober one and the cold one.
I've been smoking since way before I was old enough to smoke.
As most of us were.
we won't go into details.
Nope.
No.
But I have smoked in the rain and in the cold, and you know what? I'll deal with it because my body needs the nicotine. What?
Katie's got a
Does your
Facebook
body also need
warning.
19-year-olds?
Katie's got a Facebook warning for threatening to kidnap you.
Oh no.
I am so sorry.
What? I know. I consent. I consent to the kidnapping. Okay.
Yeah.
Bad word.
Only if you kidnap me too.
Bad word.
Apparently.
Wow.
We're getting zucked.
We gotta pull a TikTok.
Wait, where
it's-
do you see this comment on?
It was there and then it disappeared.
Did she get kicked out of my video?
No, she's right there.
Okay.
I see.
Okay.
it.
Okay. I see her now.
Yeah.
Richard Cool hitting her goes blues for the win.
Yeah, and then Ruffle.
Of all things, oh yeah, that's one. Okay.
Yeah.
War Boy Scrat is also watching. He's the one that gave me the fucking Wasteland Radio mixtape.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
I got y'all got that shit. I got a freaking pack of bottle caps, the candy, and I loved it.
Yeah, fucking War Boy Scrat. He watches our show and whatnot, and like he became such a cool person and cool friend. Like last Wasteland, he surprised me with this like little lid bucket of like little mini booze and a first aid pack and this mixtape that he recorded Wasteland Radio when he was at Wasteland.
So neat.
Yeah.
Because that's the downside when you're done with Wasteland Weekend. You don't get to listen. You can't hear it, and they don't have an online fucking radio station.
Which should be a thing.
Which, yeah, I know. Sweet!
Somebody's got to run it.
Sweet! We're looking at you.
He's got other things to do. He's a busy man.
Just pre-record it and just let it loop. I don't care. Like fucking Fallout. You hear the first, only 5 songs and a couple of comments from the DJ. That's it. I'm fine with that. I'll put that on Spotify and actually listen to while I'm playing Fallout.
He will. Legit.
Come on, Swede. You know how to do this. Just set up a fucking loop of songs.
Spotify.
Yeah.
Boom.
Put it on the internet. There's lots of free internet radio. Yeah, Spotify is one of them, but you can do other stuff too. You know how to do this.
On
Swede.
your downtime.
Yeah. When you have some downtime.
Or just send it to someone else to do it in your
But no,
name.
like,
Yeah, delegate.
Delegate it.
but
Yeah.
no, like that tape really meant a lot because like basically
You love
we-
that audio.
it's awesome because like basically and it's also a thing too because like when we go sometimes especially when you're coming in the first day, the moment you hear the radio station knows you're in Wasteland.
Yeah.
But also
Yeah.
means once you don't hear it anymore,
You're not there.
out of you're no longer in Wasteland.
Yeah, which I got to experience with you.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I cried. Like I cried every time because like Wasteland's my home and that just showed me I'm no longer home.
Yeah.
So just hearing that here, hearing Wasteland Radio here in my apartment, it feels me close to home. So I appreciate that tape.
That was absolutely adorable. The video I got of you walking up to like your first time doing
Yes!
Con. Hi, Crypt. Crypt just showed up.
Crib. Yeah. So basically, in 2021, when we finally get to go back to Wasteland, since there was no Google Crest, I had no early access,
Yeah.
so I got to experience the midnight line
Oh.
for the very first
wow.
time.
Oh, yeah.
My
For
first
me,
year.
Yeah.
so
Oh God.
so finally, I was hanging out with a group of people just down the street, like most of us do, and then we finally decided to head to the line because it was getting close to midnight,
Yeah.
and we finally hit in that traffic, and it started stopping. And me, I'm just so fucking excited. For this. I just got out of the car. I had a fucking clove in one hand and a bottle of beer in the other one. I just started walking,
Yep. And he
and
had
this
me
one
drive-
started recording me.
It's like, God damn it, I love this man.
Yeah.
Driving up for the first time, I'm just like, oh God, my car's gonna fucking die.
That's another thing I should bring up too. They finally smoothed out those
They
roads.
did.
Yeah, but do you notice how screwed up they were at the end of the event? People tore. They smoothed the road out, but people tore it up so bad.
A little bit.
Yeah,
So,
but like
It was better than the first
It was
two.
yeah, yeah.
But,
I was happy with it.
But yeah, so like I just got to experience that line con for the first time, and it was awesome. Like I got to see I was seeing familiar faces I haven't seen in years at that point, and got to hang out with Broch on the top of the new bus, drinking
That
beer,
was amazing.
hanging out with Mad Ratter and ran into Grim, who had the Yingling for me,
Yep.
and yeah, it was fucking.
Cowfuckers, we were in a 40-foot bus. Nothing was smooth.
Yeah, it was a lot better than
Yeah,
Richmond.
yeah. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it was a lot
better.
better than
Yeah,
previous
My
time.
point was I was just disappointed at how beat up it was at the end of the event, and that was largely because there were people who just didn't know how to drive on it.
Yeah.
Slow the fuck
Yeah,
down.
They were going fast and they were just tearing up the dirt, and it's like, that's why the road gets destroyed.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see, we got.
It's like a whole thing. If you get a warning on Pokemon Go while you're driving down that road saying, you're going too fast, you're going too fast. And the limit for that is 25 miles an hour.
So we got Papa Bear saying my portable radio worked really well, and I have a micro SD card to play music, so they got set up.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, Crypt. Hope y'all doing well. Miss you all. I'm moving closer.
Really? Like how close? Because you're like. Again,
You're
other side.
Murder Mitten.
Yeah, you're Yingling reach.
You're Fago area. That's
Yeah.
how I remember.
So like, how close are we talking about? Are you like straight up California, or are you going to like Montana or fucking Arizona? What's going on?
That just reminds me.
Well,
I
you're
need
so
to go
close
over-
to coming to Northern California, because that'd be
Yeah.
cool
Yeah.
too.
I need to go over that spot over in West Sac where I actually found the firework Fago.
Yeah.
So out here, it's like a 16-ounce bottle. They charge like $3-4.
Yeah. When
Stupid.
it's cheaper for that just to get the 2-liter at the other side of the country.
He's trying to move to Cali City.
Oh wow!
Also, like Wasteland territory. Okay.
God damn. Okay.
You'll be neighbors with the goat heads.
Yeah.
And the Godfather.
Yeah, and then maybe he can start seeing him at Nuclear Winter and shit.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm trying. I want to go next year because I think we figured out logistics. Usually if it's the same weekend as Royal Rumble, Saturday night I'm disappearing for a while. If anyone wants to watch the Rumble with me, I'm down.
That's gonna be a good chunk of Uncle Zeke's staff because a good portion of them are wrestling fans.
Then I'll just go to Uncle Zeke's. We'll just prop it up.
Like I said, just bring the laptop. You have a slightly bigger screen.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Dedication. Damn Skippy.
Nice. Good shit. Cali City. Yeah, fucking Cali City, that's a interesting fucking area. Like, I didn't know it existed until Wasteland, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of us probably didn't. I mean, I didn't either.
I mean,
Let me tell you a story about California City.
Okay.
yeah, please do. Please do.
So, I'm an old fart. Back in, God, when would this have been? Probably 1969 or 1970.
Ooh.
My dad heard about this new designer city out in the desert where you can buy property dirt cheap. So he loaded me, my sister, and my mom into our 1962 Buick station wagon.
Ooh.
Had rented an air conditioning unit for it. Was basically sat on the tunnel where the transmission goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow! Okay.
And it plugged into the lighter, and it was a fan, and you put ice into it, and it blew.
Like a swamp cooler.
It's swamp
Yeah.
cooler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
we're going to the Mojave Desert.
Sure. Sure.
And we go out there for the weekend to go listen to this proposal of buying property in this place called California City.
Wow.
And we got out in the middle of the desert, and it was god-awful, miserable, dusty, dirty. I mean, it kind of looks like it does now, except more for
Nothing's changed.
Yeah. And we go out there to consider buying property, and my mom said absolutely not. And I remember it's my only memory of the place, and that's why I figured it had to have been in about 1968 or 69, because I couldn't have been more than like 5 or 6 years old. I remember on a big them doing a projection thing and showing a movie of the claymation Tom Thumb movie, which was made in the 60s, and that I remember seeing that. And we went all the way out there. The car overheated. The swamp cooler broke down and spilled water all over the inside of the car.
Damn.
And my mom almost killed my dad, and we came back and said absolutely not. And for the sad thing is that when I was there, I got this little mug that had been painted all like a desert landscape, and it said California City, and it had my name on it. My sister got one too.
Okay.
And that sat in our cupboard for 40 years.
Damn.
Holy shit!
All right, and like right before my mom passed away, I'm down there, taking care of her and everything, and going through the cupboard. It's like, it's gone. What happened? And she'd taken something out, and at some point in the past year or two, she'd broken it and thrown it away.
Oh.
And it's like, and at the time, I didn't care.
Yeah.
But now you got like a tie there.
But yeah, it's like, it's like now that I have a tie to California City, it would be really cool to be able to take that mug to Wasteland. And
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
So,
For sure.
yeah, kind of a long-winded story, but yeah, I knew California City before it was California City.
Nice.
Wow, that's going back for sure.
So we got some comments going. Basically, Crip going, "Love you, Doc."
Me too.
He's also saying he's trying to bring his dad with him.
Wow.
And I met his dad at last Wasteland weekend. He's a fucking hoot.
Great.
Like he's a cool dude. And then let's see, Pop Bear's like, yeah, the story of Cali City is really interesting. And then we got Monica going towards
Puff,
you.
puff, puff.
Puff, puff, puff.
Yep.
It's usually the areas where I'm grown up at is Puff Puff Pass.
Yeah.
Don't bogart.
They're fucking up the rotation.
Hell, if not that I would recommend this or like alternate shots. Every time he takes a hit of his vape, alternate between alcohol, water, alcohol, water.
You'll be drinking a lot.
It'll still break him.
You'll be drinking a lot.
He's like Vader of the night. Your nickname is Vader now.
Okay.
Join me, Luke.
Together we will rule the empire.
You're trying to rule Wasteland.
So,
yes.
We got confirmation earlier today about the NorCal campout.
Oh yes.
Yes,
Yeah, there you go.
it is for sure happening because fortunately the last one in November had to cancel.
Yes.
But luckily we have confirmation that it is going to happen this next month in
The weekend of March 17th.
Yep.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
In Brentwood, so near where the previous one was being held, but not the same location.
Yeah, it's same area, different spot property.
Yeah.
So details if you're in the NorCal group page, check it out. See a way to get registered. There is probably a capacity cap, so make sure you can get on that as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And
It will be a higher cap than what we had at Karen's place, though, because the property is larger.
Oh, that is perfect.
They're expecting a good number of people.
And there's a donation towards the Portos.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the event is typically free, but we all appreciate it. I mean, we all do it. Donate a little bit towards the upkeep of the Portos.
Yep. And then, of course, like last time I know we were there, we did a Wasteland Talk episode. So we're going to have talks with people who run this event, see if we can do that. Again, do a pre-recorded event to where we just do Wasteland Talk at the event. And, of course, we had to do some recordings. Because I remember last time, this guy recorded me doing a fucking beer bong shot out of a fucking swirly fucking horn.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was
entertaining.
awesome. I love that
Good
thing.
times.
I will hit that anytime.
Giggity.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, so actually, they never been on this property for a NorCal meetup before, have they?
No. It's a privately owned campground
Okay.
that Karen found that we're going to be using for the first time.
Okay,
Nice.
cool. So no one's been to this before as a
Correct.
Wastelander.
Correct.
Yeah.
So cool. So I'm excited for this.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's just right around the corner, so hopefully we'll see some familiar NorCal people.
Oh,
Hopefully, of course, if Dave DeFore is there, there's going to be some rules being made.
Of course.
Yeah.
See, cowfuckers, we're gonna have a North Texas camp out right on the Brazos River. $10 per night per person. Real bathrooms with showers and toilets. No cap on attendance.
Nice.
Date sometime in August.
Oh.
Okay, well, let us know
Hey,
as it gets closer.
Yeah.
Hey,
Nope.
cowfuckers, I consent you to kidnap me to Texas.
There you go.
We need to exchange something for bounty.
Yeah, have a bargain barter.
Yes.
I'll also go to Texas.
I'm not.
Not in August.
Yeah, it also depends on the date, because like I know there's a horror con I'm going to try to go to around August.
Yeah.
That's in SoCal, Midsummer Scream.
Okay, there we go.
So we'll see.
Yeah, let us know as it gets closer. We'll help you guys promote, if nothing else. If we can attend, that'd be great. But if not, then we'll definitely help you promote it.
Yeah. And hey, if you're looking for a DJ at your event, I know a guy.
Right. If you're looking for someone to be drunk and drink out of weird stuff,
You know several guys.
you know something. I will drink all your weird beer.
All right, that was a good one. That was good. I like that.
So we're coming up. We are at about a half an hour past. Do
Yeah.
we want to do more? Do we want to close out? What do we want to do?
Oh, we still got like the same amount of viewers as we did at the beginning, so we haven't really lost any people.
That's good.
So like, I mean, unless you need to go specifically at this time.
No, at some point I gotta head home, but that could be a while.
Okay, good to know. I was like, he's just like, help me, I need to go sleep.
No, the one thing I'm thinking is that I may have to get some dinner.
That probably would be good for you.
I know, Mr. Popcorn. We have popcorn.
So yeah, earlier, if you guys don't know,
They don't. They weren't here.
Yeah, of course. So I ate something that didn't sit well with me for lunch, so then I threw up, and then then I ate some popcorn right before the show, and I basically
had a Bloody Mary.
Oh, and a Bloody Mary. And some
Yeah,
beer.
there's your meal.
So I haven't eaten much all day, so I'm just thinking if we're going later, I need some food at some point.
Do you have food, or does that mean I'm driving?
That means
That means I'm driving.
That means I'm tagging along because I probably want something too.
That means someone's buying me something.
It sounds like we're going to be ending the show pretty soon then, huh?
I'm sober, so we're good.
Yeah, so Bex is always, Figment is always
No, I'm
good
just
to
talking
drive.
about if you got two people that are wanting to eat.
I mean, I don't have to eat, but I could eat. He needs to eat because he had to do the pretty girl diet.
Oh,
Aw.
true. Yeah, like I ate, and then like 2 hours later, it just
So
didn't sit with
I will.
me, so.
Well, let me just make sure there's any more comments before. Okay, let's see. We got Xavier going. Popcorn is the dinner of champions.
You don't need DoorDash. You have a Vex. Basically, this is one of the reasons I stay sober. Because usually after the show, at both of them, since they've been drinking, I'm
Let's
hungry.
see.
go
Katie
get
goes.
food.
So many fantastic events. I'd never tell anyone if I won the lottery, but there'll be signs.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Go to all of the events.
There's a handmade built hotel on the Buzzards Patch. Like, here, you have your own rooms now. How is this guy here? Don't ask, just go.
Smile and nod. Smile and nod.
So the cowfuckers go, we plan on setting up a projector, and after being on the river playing Mad Max. Ooh, actually, that sounds
That
sounds fucking lit right there.
That sounds pretty cool.
Sign me up. Holy shit. Okay, we got Katie also going, we've already established that Doc can function on minimum sleep as like a cyborg.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, any more? Cowfuckers, you don't need door. Oh, yeah, you already read that.
They have. Yeah, y'all have me.
Alright. Well, I guess there's one thing I could also do in your closing. Where the fuck did it go?
Oh yeah, you have
Look
it ready,
down.
I assume.
It got buried. Hold on. Okay. Something I usually try to do every episode. Sometimes forget, but fuck you. This is a live show.
And they've been.
We have the honorary fuck you of the episode.
Woo!
It's backwards.
All right.
And it goes to you, Doc.
Ah.
Yay!
So, Doc, fuck you.
Well, fuck you too.
Thank you for being on the show. And fucking thank you so much for sharing your amazing tales of your wasteland experiences and your advice and tips of what you got to do as a wastelander when you started out and everything. And it's always amazing just fucking hanging out with you, dude.
Well, likewise, I really thank you very much for inviting me here and just chance to hang out with all of you and everybody out that commented. And yeah, it's really been a pleasure. Really enjoy it.
So hopefully there's a Wasteland event coming up soon to where we can hang out once again.
Yeah, I won't be at the camp out in March.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
that is. So hopefully someone else can run a Wasteland event here soon.
Yeah, definitely Buzzer Patch.
Buzz Patch. If not, I'm actually in the talks of running a Wasteland event.
Ooh. Okay.
Yes.
So I might as well
informed.
drop this right now.
Yeah. Do it.
I pitched this idea to him like a million years ago. But there's for those who are local in the Sacramento area, there's used to be this place next door to Cal Expo. It used to be called like Paradise City, The Point, and whatnot. Basically, it's a little play area where you have like mini golf, bumper cars, and shit like that.
Oh, Paradise Island.
An arcade, yeah, Paradise Island. Yeah, Paradise Island or The Point.
That one. Yes.
I used to know when it was The Point before it became Paradise Island.
Yeah.
And eventually closed down, and near the pandemic, it reopened as a rock and roll brewery, kind of like our Hard Rock Cafe in a sense. But they still kept the mini golf area.
Okay.
So, I want to do a time where it's convenient to do a reserve spot. Gather a bunch of Wastelanders, get our beers, and we go
And play mini golf.
mini golf. Wasteland mini golf.
Okay.
And we can just record, drink, bullshit, and just hit a bunch of balls and put them in holes.
All right.
Happy Gilmore style.
That sounds good.
So I'm still trying to be in talks with the brewery here soon to see what what
See if they can up their insurance.
yeah. Because of course we get certain people looking at you, Dave DeFore. We might have to establish certain strict rules.
And we will be your host and MCs for it. So we're looking
Yes.
forward to that.
So yeah, we'll probably do like a little tournament, and winner just gets like a hefty handshake.
There you go.
Or something. If someone wishes to donate a certain prize item, like a bullshit looking trophy or something that's Wasteland style, we'll talk shop. Because like it seemed like a cool idea.
It needs to be 2 mini golf balls and then a
just
foul.
just fondling a hand fondling the golf balls.
There you go. I like that. One of those like severed mannequin hands just holding 2 mini golf balls.
Yeah. And just have like the little flagpole and just maybe have a little girl spinning around on it. I don't know.
Oh, I like it. It's a damn good trophy.
Right. I want to win it now. Fuck it.
And we just spitballed this idea.
Right.
Wasteland hot shots.
There you go. So yeah. So if anyone who is willing to come to Sacramento to be a part of this fucking interesting idea, that it could be really big or it could be very little to where I'll go kind of shit. But still, I want to try to do something to like bring community together, because we have all these beautiful events, and I want to try to do something as well to be bring the community together in a sense. And of course we got the talk show, of course, but like I want to try to do more in-person things. So like getting together, having some drinks, play some mini golf, have fun.
Sounds like a good deal.
Yeah. So yeah, and of course there's also the other event I still need to talk to Tim about.
Yes.
Yeah, we've talked about, we'll give a little bit of information about that, but basically we want to do a marathon screening of the Mad Max movies.
Well,
and you wanted to do that, right? With the
not necessarily. Basically, we do a screening of a theater screen of The Road Warrior.
Okay, that particular.
Because I have friends who run a local film event that usually play a lot of horror films and whatnot, and during their films they have a horror themed burlesque troupe called the Scream Queens Burlesque. And I wouldn't mind having them perform as well, but to do it in a post-apocalyptic style.
There we go.
Okay.
So have that, and there's also another thing I want to try to throw in there, but I'm not saying it yet until I get a for sure green light.
Yeah.
Because
Surprises.
I don't want to fucking just like get blue ball people. I don't want to blue ball people.
Yeah.
We would like to have
if this gets green light, I'm pretty sure you're for sure gonna buy a fucking ticket.
Yeah. We would like to have the movie screening with us emceeing and whatever else we can throw together into the mix.
Spoilers.
We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Things.
So once, hopefully I can reach out to the filmmaker soon. Hopefully we can get together and actually shoot for an actual date, because he is interested in the idea. But he does so many fucking events. It's hard to point a place to where we can do the event that's not going to collide with another Wasteland event.
Yeah.
Or Neotropolis, for that matter.
Yeah.
Because he likes to try to shoot these events 6 months in advance.
Well, you need some good time to plan stuff for sure.
Oh yeah, and I like to plan ahead. So for it looks like this might have to be a thing sometime after Wasteland weekend.
That's okay.
So hopefully if we're lucky, we'll probably shoot for maybe November.
That's a good time because you can also do that screening. You're talking about doing that indoors.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, it'll definitely be an indoor event.
Yeah, it'd be at a theater.
Yeah.
We have a place in mind, but we'll have to figure it out as we actually get all the logistics.
Oh yeah, totes. Let me double check any more fucking. Okay, Wasteland mini golf. That would be accurate. All right, Wasteland hot shots. Hell, so people seem to be interested in the idea of the mini golf thing. So I'm glad that makes me feel a little bit better, because it'd be one thing just I make this event and everyone's like, I'm not gonna show. This is stupid.
Want to get a baseline.
Yeah, I want to make sure this is gonna pull people in, especially if I'm able to do a deal to where you don't necessarily have to pay much other than your own fucking drinks.
Yeah.
Because
we'll have to see what.
if I have to pay this out of pocket, I would I'll if it's affordable for me, I'll make sure I'll do it. See or if anyone's willing to pitch in or donates or anything like that. Yeah. Again, I just gotta figure out what they can offer and where I can go from that and a date.
Yeah, and we can always do we can let you guys know what we need help with affording
and of course with the other social media things, I can make the fucking event page.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah.
In closing, I am the Commodore.
I'm Hatter of the Waste. Hope to be your next mayor.
I'm not Schofield.
Woo!
Thank you for watching.
Yes,
Thank
we'll
you for
see you
watching.
next time. Hopefully we have some other future guests planned.
Next time we'll be talking about our adventures at the Age of Rust and Fire.
Yep. And again, hopefully either next episode or sometime in March, we should have a for sure guest. It's going to be an online video, but I'm not going to say who that is until we get the event page going.
Yes.
So, spoilers.
Surprises.
Right.
Toodles. Cue the video.
All right.
Everyone's saying fuck you.
Cut the
fuck
mic.
you. Oh, I'm enjoying the talking. All of